they probably win it too because they get younger, they get draft picks, they get talent that they just didn't have. So,
all right, I'm sorry to interrupt, but here comes the pick.
AJ.
As expected, it's AJ.
Yeah.
Yeah, no surprise there. He did probably scare a lot of people when he announced his actual first name and not AJ.
Yeah.
And there were people that had a lot of money probably bet on that. Just their heart skipped a beat there for a second. So, but there we go. AJ Dybantsa, as expected, the number one pick.
The right pick.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And Drew, you're right. Like the Heat could build it right, but I feel like they have too much to do to build a truly competitive roster
in a short amount of time, really, because at the best you're going to probably get a 3 to 4 year window where like you can legitimately compete, and probably year one next year is going to be kind of I want to say like a competitive rebuilding year. Like, I don't think the Heat are going to make the playoffs. They'll probably maybe win a playoff series, but it's just when you get to
seed and win a series.
Yeah. When you get to the second series, like, are you really able to like beat a Knicks or beat a Pistons or beat a Magic or beat probably not, unless they hit a home run. You know, I mentioned it, like if you're the Heat, why would you not go try to get, John Morant, who's low, who you kind of would have to revamp and kind of remotivate, but he's still John Morant. Or
Minnesota's going to go get Ja now that they got rid of Julius Randle.
Or after the playoffs, could you make a move to try to go get De'Aaron Fox when everybody thinks his stock is low? Now it's a huge contract. Could they afford it? But, I don't know. That's kind of interesting because they at worst case scenario, they have to go get a good guard if they want any chance.
Yeah, it was interesting that after the trade, or before the trade rather, the Heat's odds to win the East were plus 1,800. After the trade, the Heat odds are plus 650. And I'm looking at this going, that's ridiculous. Yeah, there is no way the Heat, just because they got Giannis, is going to win the East. They will be lucky to finish fourth or fifth, or be a fourth or fifth seed, host a playoff series before they get shown the door in round two, because guys right now they don't have a team.
Yeah.
They have a superstar, former two-time league MVP, and they have Bam.
Yeah. Hey,
basically it. We can't even count Norman Powell right now.
Highest scorer, that's 82-point Bam. This is the last thing I got. The one thing that potentially works in their favor is Giannis has not cared about basketball like the last 2 years.
True.
Maybe you get down to Miami, you get reinvigorated, you assimilate into Heat culture, and we see that hungry Giannis that we used to see 5-6 years ago. Yeah. I still think he's more limited than he was just because of his age and his style and all that. But he's still Giannis, and a motivated Giannis could do something. Potentially the change of scenery matters and changes for him. But that's the last thing I got. I gotta rock and roll.
We need an answer before you get off.
I gotta let you have last word before, so that way you can't say anything else.
You don't respond to nonsense, right? Like that's you don't worry about that. Lions don't go hunt. Lions don't hunt flies. You know what I'm saying?
So, there you go. There you go. T.
I don't got to worry about that.
Yes, sir.
All right, boys. Y'all be good.
Hey, thanks for stopping in, man.
Some buckets. Go get some buckets.
1 point a game. That's all this old man has these days.
Hey, one is more than none. So
one's more than that.
Oh my goodness. All right, so Utah's pick is in. Pretty sure this is going to be Peterson. I think there was an outside chance that it could have been Boozer just because of the ties to the organization.
It'd be the wrong pick for what Utah needs at this point, I think. Obviously, I'm not a big NBA guy. I'm more on the college side, but just from what I've gathered from Utah the last couple weeks trying to lead up to the draft, it doesn't fit to grab Boozer, even though he would be a great pick.
I agree. I think Utah too. Like they need like a flashy star, something to like feel like Utah's back. Boozer's, I mean, he's obviously great, but he's just like he's not a flashy superstar, type of player, although he probably would be very effective.
Yeah, and I definitely think he'll see his share of minutes. He'll get his share of points, and but the one telling sign for me in this as to why A wasn't going to be the number one pick is the fact that he refused to meet with anybody but the Wizards, and then all of a sudden over the weekend he met with the Jazz.
Yeah.
So that tells me that he definitely knew he wasn't going to be number one, and that his best bet at this point now is I want that number two money. So I better kiss some babies and shake some hands. So I'll be surprised if this is anything other than outside shot of Boozer, but I think at this point I agree with Hunter. This is a much better play for what the Jazz need to do. And the Crypt Keeper, Adam Silver is coming out now with the pick. So
talented backcourt they could have too.
Yeah. And there it is. It's Peterson. It had to be. There's his upside's just way too high, like you all said. Like he's the flashy player. He's the kind of guy that could be a superstar. And if he's healthy, I think he goes one over AJ. But him not being healthy all year made it clear that AJ was one. But this is a good pick from Utah, and again, just really fits in with what they're trying to build.
Yeah, and I think him being in the mindset that yes, he's going to play the two, but in his own words, he wants to grow into a one to be able to be a point guard. So that tells me he's willing to be coached. He's willing to come in and learn. And quite frankly, he's going to be an immediate boost to the offense with Keontae George. The Jazz are just a couple players away from being competitive.
Yeah, Markkanen too.
Yeah, so they could very quickly turn this thing around in Utah.
Yeah, that's what happens when you're so bad for so long. You get picks every year, and you just can't screw them up. Like we saw with Philly for years, they continued to keep screwing up the picks, and with Nerlens Noel and all these guys that they were taking, and then finally, now. Maxey was a hit for them in the 20s for the draft. Embiid's obviously Embiid, but he's hurt half the time. But when you're bad for so long, you keep getting, high draft picks. You got to nail them. And Utah's done a pretty good job of that over the last few years on actually nailing draft picks and development and those things. Now, they just continue to stack talented players, and hopefully at one point it breaks, they're able to break through and actually start competing in the West again.
Yeah, because when you're drafting this high year after year, eventually it's going to come together, right?
Yeah.
Like at some point it has to You're welcome.
Bad song choice.
Love that.
My favorite is when it goes off in a meeting.
Yes.
And I'm in a room full of like Alabama fans or whatever. So that's just glorious.
We think Boozer here, 3.
It has to. I don't think it's anybody but. This is one that the odds were so bad on it, it was unbettable.
Yeah.
Could a player like Boozer and like his, he's a great kid. Could he maybe help, reel back in Ja? Like Ja's a crazy one, but could getting a guy like Cam Boozer, obviously he's a rookie. Ja's 8 years in, 7 years in at this point.
I don't know. Hunter, what do you think? Could somebody like Boozer? Obviously it'd be a good influence, but is Ja at a point now that maybe the bridge is burned, or do you think there's hope for that situation to work itself out?
I think it's just too far for him personally, at least in Memphis. maybe if he gets out of Memphis, he gets somewhere where he's got some veterans that have done it before. Maybe that happens. But I mean, Cam Boozer's going to be learning himself. It's not like he's going to have all the time to mentor Boozer or mentor Ja on top of trying to learn the NBA and get used to the lifestyle.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think the only solution to the Ja Morant saga with Memphis is to move on. Yeah. Which is unfortunate because clearly he's wildly talented and can put the team on his back. But I think there's just too much baggage there. It's not the best. I mean, let's be honest. He's not in the best city to be having the kind of issues that he has, right?
I was going to say that, but I didn't want to get booed out of here hating on Tennessee again.
Well, trust me, Hunter, we do not claim Memphis. East Middle Tennessee, we do not claim Memphis. People in Memphis don't claim Memphis.
This is fair.
So, and all 8 Memphis sports fans that exist will argue, but that's okay. So, let's see. So it looks like the pick is in for Memphis. So we'll see what the official announcement is.
Really, after this pick, it could get kind of interesting because I know Caleb Wilson seems like the pick at 4, but I mean, could Chicago go in a different direction, like a guard or something? I don't think so. But then after pick number 4, it's a World Wide West out here. And, some guys that get picked, it's going to cause moves to happen. And that's where the craziness in this draft could be coming from.
Yeah.
I think they take Wilson here, and then they're going to target a guard at 15 if they stay at 15. I mean, Phylon should be there at 15 from everything I've seen. I think he would be a great one to pair up with Wilson, and then suddenly you've got 2 dynamic players right there.
Yeah. If they stay with the pick, because what I think what's going to happen is whenever that first domino of chaos falls and it screws up the next team or the next couple teams down the line, then they're going to start going, okay, well, is there anybody else we really want that we're willing to pay that kind of money to? Do we need to trade this? That's where it starts getting interesting. Oh, yeah, here comes the pick.
Mr. Boozer.
Again, it's a good pick. It's not the flashy pick. It's what should get it done. I hate that he's going to Memphis. I think he's got very good NBA potential, but Memphis is going to kind of lower that ceiling a little bit, in my opinion.
Yeah. Yeah, it's kind of unfortunate. It always sucks, too, like when you're – especially with Memphis is at right now, like Washington's in a better spot and they get a better player. Utah's probably in a better spot and they get a better player. And then, Camp Boozer at 3, probably going to maybe one of the toughest situations in the NBA in Memphis right now.
Yeah.
But
I think that's going to be a very formidable front court with Boozer and Foul Ming.
Yeah.
So
maybe
some good scoring, some good rebounding. That may be one of the more dominant front courts.
Yeah, it could be.
Maybe Boozer's the one to bring Memphis back.
Could be. And kid was born to play basketball. We know that.
Sure was.
Are they taking his brother next year?
Yes, absolutely. You have to.
Yeah. I think so.
Bronny, you have to take the family.
Yeah. It's probably a package deal. They're gonna have to. You guys are just gonna have to figure it out.
He should have just
figured out how to get him.
He should have just went. They could have taken him, or worst case scenario, they signed him in free agency. But I'm sure
he would have been there as a UDFA, and they could have just done that. Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm sure he got paid a lot more money to return to Duke. So.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, he'll have to take a pay cut when he goes to the league. So.
Yeah. Shoot, all these dudes really are.
Every single one of the first 3 have taken a pay cut today. Absolutely, yes.
Yeah.
No, endorsements will help.
Yeah.
But in terms of just basketball money, yeah, they're all taking probably half of what they made last year.
Yeah. Well, I will say Mama Boozer is not hard to look at. So.
So you're a Grizzlies fan now.
That's what it sounds like. It's already Tennessee. Maybe he'll claim Memphis now.
You need to replace that jersey behind you.
I don't know if I can go that far. I said she wasn't hard to look at. I didn't say I couldn't stop looking at her. That's the difference. All right. So before I get too far in the doghouse here, the Bulls up next. The foregone conclusion pick here is the last of the big four, as they've been referred to for majority of the offseason, is, of course, Caleb Wilson, the power forward out of North Carolina. Guys, I know we touched on it a little bit, but do you think legitimately, is there anybody else that would make sense, one, and two, be a better fit or fit a better need for the Bulls than Wilson?
Go ahead, Hunter.
The Bulls need everything, right? Like, I'm relatively out of touch here, but they need pretty much everything. Wilson's the best available. He's the most NBA ready at this point. I think you got to take him.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, unless they feel like, I guess, a Keaton Wagler or something like that would be better for them long term than Caleb Wilson, but I don't think so, because I think Caleb Wilson maybe has the second highest ceiling in this draft class in terms of, like, if he could develop a jump shot and just get better with, like, ball skills and stuff, like, he could be, because he is a freak athlete. I mean, you see him jump, he can dang near touch the top of a backboard. Yeah. And it kind of reminds me of, like, the athleticism and length and stuff that, like, a Giannis has. Yeah. But like a prime Giannis. But if he could develop a legit jump shot, get better at ball handling, those things, because he's a freak defensively too. He's a freak rebounder. The ball's up on the rim, he's going to get it. So I think you take him and I guess you bet on development and those things. Like Hunter said too, you can always get a guard, at 15, or even a wing if you feel like one is a better fit for the future. But Chicago at this point just has to draft for the future.
Yeah, and I think they're in a position right now, being in that top four, that they have to take the best player available to them, and I think that is Caleb Wilson. I mean, before the guy got hurt, he was absolutely ridiculous numbers and was on pace to set probably some records. I think he had, if I'm not mistaken, he was leading the nation with dunks before he got hurt, and he was, I think, the only player under 20 that was able to hit certain thresholds for blocks, steals, defensive rebounds. Just a complete player all the way around. Mm-hmm. And the only team he met with pre-draft were the Bulls. Yeah. So I think everything points to this. I don't think this is going to be much of a mystery, but
I mean, I don't see a way around taking him. It's been a foregone conclusion. I feel like it's the least talked about pick that we've had on the entire thing this year.
Yeah. And I think it's one of the most sure picks we've had up until this point too. I just don't see this being anything other than Caleb Wilson. Yeah. But it looks like their pick is in, so we will see what the Grim Reaper has for us here. I mean, Adam Silver.
Here we go. Caleb Wilson should have been at Kentucky anyways. Sadly,
he's going to Chicago instead.
Yeah.
You'll settle for Milan and you'll like it, Drew.
That's right.
And had to beat us in Rupp last year, but that's besides the point.
No, I think that's a really safe and a really good pick. I mean, if they liked one of the guards that we're going to start getting to next, you could have sprung for him, but nobody can make any sort of consensus around those guards.
That's funny. They just put Hubert Davis on the screen.
That's like he had anything to do with it. And honestly, this is a very deep guard draft. So with Chicago having another pick,
there's not a clear separator like one either.
I mean, there's really not. It really depends on what you value as a franchise or what specifically you need. If you need just a pure scorer, then Darius Acuff is kind of going to be your guy. If you need somebody that can distribute, kind of do a little bit of everything, then Mikael Brown might be your guy. If you need somebody that's got some size and plays really good defense, then Braden Burries is going to be your guy. So it doesn't necessarily mean that this guy's better than this guy. It's just I think it's going to be about what's going to fit our team need the most.
Yeah.
So with that said, we come up to the number 5 pick.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be the Clippers. Where are you guys thinking?
I like Wagler here.
Are they picking for sure?
They're the ones.
This was the one we thought they could trade back.
This is the one I had identified as possibly a first trade possibility. Collectively, our mock draft, we put Wagler here, or Wagler, however he pronounces it. It's Wagler because that's how it looks. With a possible move back.
Mm-hmm.
If Wagler is the pick and somebody wants him bad enough, or they want somebody that is going to fall somewhere in that 5 to 10 range, A, who do you guys think it would be? B, who do you think they're going after?
I mean, the Bucks might be a smart one to trade up. I mean, they've got 10 and 13 now.
Mm-hmm.
Like if they like somebody a lot, I could see them jumping up a little bit.
Yeah, I can see the Bucks. I can also see the Thunder doing something, whether that's trade both picks and move up, or whether that's trade a pick and move back, because they have a wealth of riches as it is. And they've also got a luxury tax problem. How eager are they going to be to invite more salary to come in? So if they move up, it would be, I think they would give up both picks to go get that who they want.
Yep.
Or I think they're going to move back. But
I mean, my issue is if they move up, it's got to be for a big, right? Like,
see, I think so, Hunter. And that's why I threw Oklahoma City in there, because if in fact Mara goes in top 10, as one of us at least on here suspects, that might be a play to see them go up, because everybody in the West has the same problem. They have a Wemby problem.
An alien problem, yes.
Yes. So somebody's got to do something to try to neutralize that.
And the free agent market at the center position is horrendous this year.
Oh, it's horrible.
Yeah. So you're either going to have to get it through the trade, or you're going to have to get it through the draft and hope that they can, as a rookie or even 2 to 3 years down the line, they can match up against, a Wemby.
Well, if you're OKC, you're talking right now. Like you can't pick or 2 years.
You're not building. You got to go. You got to go find the solution to that problem right now.
Because Chet hasn't been this solution.
Yes. I think him moving like the 2 picks, bringing in a big, and even if they had to move back, like you said, they've got a luxury tax problem. Bring in a big, dump some salary, get rid of your pick, and then move forward like that would be my ideal solution. That's obviously probably not obtainable, but at least my thoughts.
Yeah, I said I think I said it on here. Like, if you're the Thunder, wouldn't I mean, it sucks because he's hurt and you don't know what he is, but a Jaden Quaintance would be perfect for the Thunder as a Wemby stopper, because you don't need him to do anything offensively. We know what he is defensively, physicality wise. Sure, there'd be a size disadvantage, but I mean, we know what Jaden Quaintance is defensively. He could be a sneaky pick for them, but he's also falling in the draft.
Yeah, he may fall completely out of the first round now, I'm hearing.
But if you're the Thunder, you could just trade way back and get him at, 27 to 30.
Yeah. I think there's another scenario. I won't throw that out there involving the Thunder until we get a little deeper into the draft, because what happens between now and 12 may have some impact on that. Yeah. Looks like the pick is in, so that suggests the Clippers are actually making a pick. So we consensus was it would be Wagler.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, Brown, Acuff, there's some other guards that are kind of probably going to go in this range. I think 5, 6, and 7 could be a run of guards. All right. I'll let you guys make the announcement, because I'm going to get it about 2-3 seconds before you do.
Wagler.
Yep.
Yes. I had a bet on Wagler to be the 5th pick.
Ash something, didn't you? Really good pick. I loved watching him. Go ahead, Drew.
I was just gonna say solid pick. The only thing I worry about is like, do you have Darius Garland? Now Wagler could just be a 6-man guy.
Yeah.
The Clippers, they're probably not in the championship window, but they're also not like a rebuild window. But maybe Wagler's awesome as a rookie, and then you are in the championship window if Kawhi is healthy, if Garland's great. Their front court is a little bit questionable as well. But I think if you're the Clippers and you're there, you have to take him unless you wanted to trade back, as we mentioned, and just go get somebody else from like 10 to 15.
Agreed.
Yeah, and I think size-wise, because Garland's on kind of the smaller side.
Yeah.
So I think that's kind of a balance there.
Yeah. And Wagler fits
Wagler
more
also-
off the ball. Go ahead.
I was just going to say, and he canceled visits to Brooklyn and Sacramento. He only visited the Bulls or the Clippers.
Yeah.
So another kind of little tell. Doesn't necessarily mean anything, but read the tea leaves. You can maybe distract something from it. Go ahead, Hunter. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt you.
No, you're good. That's exactly where I was headed. I mean, he canceled. I knew he had canceled a couple of visits and was really honed in on the Clippers. And I mean, the last couple of days, everybody kind of aligned with him going 5 to the Clippers. So it just kind of made sense. My biggest question was if they were going to trade it or not.
Yeah, that was the thing. I thought this was possibly a trade candidate team here. But hey, we are 5 for 5, gentlemen.
Yeah, we are.
How about that?
Now everything goes wrong.
Yeah.
I'd say
Now it'll all go to hell. Wait and see.
I think Brown goes here. What do you all got?
I think, it's going to be probably
yes.
him or Acuff, but I'm guessing I would say Brooklyn probably takes Michael Brown.
I think it's Brown, and because I think Sacramento would probably sacrifice every cow in Cowtown to get Darius Acuff.
Yeah.
And I have Darius Acuff going as the 7th pick, so it has to happen.
Exactly. I've got the script in front of me, so he's definitely going to say.
Okay, there we go. Good. I wish you'd shared that script with me a few hours ago so I could have made some more confident bets.
Hey, Brooklyn might be a little sleeper in the East next year now.
They could be.
Yeah.
If Michael hits,
Yeah.
I'm not saying they're going to make the conference finals, but maybe Brooklyn's on the trajectory up.
And they're in a build, right? They're not a win now team, so you make the playoffs would be a win for them, and then just continue
win a
to build
game or something.
Yeah. And the only issue I have, I guess, with Brown is that we just didn't see him play enough basketball in college to get I feel a true assessment. So it's all based on potential more or less. But when he did play, he showed some flash. He showed some, some ability and that elite level type play.
Yeah.
So I think it's a good fit. It's a good pick. I think it's the right pick.
I agree.
So that'll bring us to the 7th pick, or excuse me, no, the 6th pick.
Yep.
I'm getting ahead of myself here. With Brooklyn, they have a minute and change on the clock. Joshy boy, what is going on?
I love how everybody wants to break college basketball news in the middle of the NBA draft. Like, I don't have enough going on now. I got to try to balance schedule news. It's ridiculous.
Come on, they got to respect the draft, man.
Yeah.
Nobody respects the draft. Nobody respects anything. They just put it out at the most inconvenient times.
Yeah.
Yeah, just make it about me. Now, a name that has been kind of floated with the Nets. I don't think there's a lot of fire to the smoke, but Nate Ament's name has been linked with Brooklyn.
here at 6, or would they trade back maybe
Yeah.
a couple?
Yeah, no, at 6. I've seen some draft boards, some mocks that had him at 6, and I was kind of shaking my head, going, "No, this has got to be a guard."
Yeah,
And
that
I
would
think
be
it's got to be
massive-
Mikael Brown. I don't see them doing anything outside of a guard. Anything besides one of these 3 guards would be a shock.
Yes.
Yeah. And it would shock me if it wasn't Acuff or Mikael Brown, really.
Yeah, I think it's one of the 2. I really think it's going to be Brown, but just
Yeah.
because of how Sacramento is really focused in on Acuff.
Well, whatever it is, they are very excited.
Yeah, whoever they got, they're loving life right now.
Yeah, they're pumped. They feel
Yeah.
I
like
don't know that I've seen that.
And they're all in there high-fiving and hugging like they didn't know what the hell they just said 5 minutes ago. You know what I mean? Like somebody walked in there and told them, "Oh, by the way, you guys got this player." So
also like they couldn't have been preparing for this for 2 months because
exactly,
it's chalky right now. It's all
Yeah.
chalk right now.
Here we go.
Got it.
So Michael, yeah,
L's down.
L's up.
6-4-6, gentlemen.
It had to be him. I mean, we've already
Yeah.
talked about it. It had to be.
Yeah,
him.
had to be. We said it, so it had to happen.
Exactly. I told you I had the script. Script is 6 for 6 as well. So
Hey, well, you definitely had the script for March Madness and tournament teams and seeding and all that. So I will never question anything that you say about basketball. So
I appreciate that, but do not take any sort of expertise from the NBA here. I am a fish out of water, just trying to get by right now. The only time I actually, not to like hate on the NBA here, but just for a second, I only watch the NBA playoffs. Genuinely, the only time I tune in. I would tune in more in the regular season if I could, but I just can't.
Oh, I'll be honest. I'm a huge NBA fan. I follow it all, but I don't watch it to the playoffs either. Until the day college basketball is over, you're not going to catch me watching an NBA game.
I don't watch it until the conference finals.
Fair enough.
That's how much I don't like this version of the NBA. And again, keep in mind that, of course, I grew up in a different time than you boys, so it's a different league now than it was, when I was a kid. But I respect the athleticism and I respect the guys that play the game the right way. But there's a lot about it I just don't like, and it's borderline unwatchable, especially regular season games. Are just borderline unwatchable for me. But I feel like the playoffs, it's just kind of like hockey. Like it's just a different level. It's a different vibe, feel, everything. So I do get a little more engaged. Now I'll bet it all season long because I understand it and I understand how to leverage the numbers and things, but I just can't. I cannot watch it, man.
Yeah, it's hard. It's hard, especially, sometimes it's like terrible matchups that are on TV. It'll be like the freaking Brooklyn Nets versus the Atlanta Hawks. And it's like, well, you're not selling me on watching that game. Like, I'm not watching that game. But when
I'm not watching a late March Utah versus Sacramento.
Yeah.
No. Like, I'm sorry. There's nothing appealing to me in that. So, Sacramento, speak of the devil, they delivered their pick. So that will come up shortly. So we're in agreement. This is Darius Acuff.
I believe so.
I think so.
I think a great pick for them too, really. It worked the last time the Kings took a Cal guard with De'Aaron Fox for a long time.
Yep.
Shoot, Malik Monk's still there. That'll be kind of cool if they're together.
Yep.
And Sacramento, kind of unfortunately, they were right there knocking on the door just 4 years ago, and then the De'Aaron Fox pleaded for Mike Brown to get fired, and he wanted out, and all hell broke loose. But the Kings aren't too far away. They still got Sabonis, getting Acuff. They still got some talent. They still got to improve, but they're not as far away as like a Memphis or a Brooklyn is in the East, or some of these other organizations. So also I think Acuff I don't think he's going to be this like high ceiling that everybody thinks he is of like a future, legit point guard. But I think to me, A-Cup's a high floor, low, like legitimate NBA superstar potential. I still think he'll be awesome, potentially an all-star guard, but I think he's a high floor pick. But I think other guys in this draft probably are higher ceiling, like a Michael Brown, like a Pylon, some of these guys that have the size, the length, the athleticism. But I think A-Cup's a great pick for Sacramento.
Yeah. Just scoring machine.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And can pass.
Oh, yeah. Juice, what's up? Caleb Wilson has the highest ceiling in the draft, not named AJ. I wouldn't necessarily argue that because, like I mentioned, up until the injury, he was an absolute machine.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Just a freak beast. And I don't disagree with that. We may be talking about Caleb Wilson for a very long time.
I just said that 15 minutes ago. I thought he had the highest ceiling outside of AJ. If Caleb developed some stuff with his game, because Peterson, you can only do so much as a 6'4" guard. I mean, what are you just going to be the next Devin Booker, who's my favorite player in the league? But there's only
so much.
Mr. Haycuff.
So there it is again. We are 7 for 7, boys.
7 for 7. Old Hammer is 3 for 3 against the books.
The problem is, I think after 8, I would expect Flemings to maybe go here at 8. There could also be a little bit of surprise with Mara or somebody like that. But after this, like, it really starts getting just completely chaotic.
Hey, what might shake this whole thing up is what does Dallas do at 9 now?
They're taking a Michigan player.
They got
Mara or Yaxel.
Yeah. That's where things might start going crazy.
Yeah, I have doubled down on Braden Burries going to Dallas. I did sprinkle a little piece of money on Nate Amin at plus 1,000 to go to Dallas, just because I can't turn those kind of odds down. But who we got here at 8? Because we were kind of divided on the panel. I think our official play is Kingston Fleming, the guard out of Houston. We sticking with that, gentleman, or do we think this might look different?
That's who I mocked, and it's gone exactly as I expected, so I can't change it for now. But, I mean, I wouldn't be shocked if it's Mara or Flemings, either one, or somebody I haven't even mentioned.
Yeah,
I think what's your gut telling you?
Point guard. So I'm gonna go with Kingston Fleming.
Yeah, that was our collective, and I conceded.
Does the Wings
I legitimately think that's?
I was going to say the Hawks
probably. I think Mara's in play here, guys. I still do.
Yeah. I think it's going to be Mara or a point guard.
Yeah.
Which is going to piss off everybody in the West not named San Antonio. But,
yeah,
I don't know. And this might be my first miss both on our board and on the betting board. So
I think, I mean, if you want to piss off the entire West, do it. I think it'd be fun. You could probably get somebody like OKC to overpay for Mara if he's gone too. So if they've got their eyes on somebody that OKC's maybe ready to move, you take Mara, you make him offer up, and you get a little overpay for it.
Especially with the luxury tax situation they're in.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think it's far-fetched, and it's kind of the chess pieces I've been moving on the board that got me to arrive at Mara as the pick here. So
I think pretty much anything's up in the air at this juncture.
Yeah. Really at 5 forward, it really wasn't anything just absolute slam dunk, right? Mm-hmm. We kind of put together collectively what we felt like it was going to look like. But we know we've all seen too many drafts and too many sports.
Yep.
Rarely does it ever go as you expect.
Mm-mm.
But we've gotten through the first half of the lottery 100%. So
little chalky so far, but that's going to stop here in about the next pick, the next 1 to 3 picks, this thing's gonna flip and it's gonna get crazy. Probably.
Yeah, it's about to get fun.
Because all it takes is one team to take a surprise pick, and the next thing you know, everybody starts to take surprise picks.
Yeah. I will say, Rando, he is. He has been all over Acuff's nether regions all season long. I think he's still in love with Cal personally, but that's okay because Acuff is he's a scoring machine. There's no question about that, and he very well could end up being lead the league in scoring multiple times. Mm-hmm. And Josh, you damn right, I'm looking at my sports book. That's the third most important thing going right now. So, Old Hammer's 3 for 3 on picks, and I bet it on multiple platforms too. So I don't really know what the grand total is, but
nice.
They're not going to like me in the morning. They really won't like me if Nate Ament goes 9.
Nate Ament's not going 9. You said it yourself that he was just pretty much like tuned
I think he's
Milwaukee.
Locked for Milwaukee, but then that trade happened. Now I'm not as confident. I'm sticking by it, but I'm not as confident. Yeah, I got plus 1,000 on Ament at 9. I had to take it, Hunter.
Oh yeah, you got to take that. Absolutely.
Yeah. That's a good question. I'll put this out here for the group. What team would Nate Ament excel at better, Mavs, Thunder, or Bucks?
I'm saying the Mavericks because I think he would play a good amount on the Mavericks, but not have to be the guy.
Yep.
On the Thunder, probably wouldn't play very much, and the Bucks, he probably would have to play and do too much to where it could hurt him. So I think the Mavericks is probably that perfect middle of like still can rock and roll, but also like doesn't have to be Nate, go save us, go get us a bucket, those kinds of things.
Yeah, I think Dallas is the absolute most beautiful place for him. He gets to play with Flag, number one. Kyrie's staying.
Yep.
So there's your 2. So Nate, and that will free Nate up to kind of roam. He doesn't have to lock into any one certain spot or position on the floor. He can do a lot of things. I mean, he can play. The dude could probably play 3, maybe 4 positions on the floor. And a wing that size with that kind of shooting, man, that works anywhere.
Absolutely.
But for Nate's game and his age, obviously he's young. I think Dallas is ideal. And Rando, you're not wrong in the sense that he would be a great fit in Oklahoma City. It's just he's probably not going to see the floor for 2 or 3 years.
Yeah.
That's the only issue with the fit at OKC is he's just not going to be able to crack that lineup with what they've got. And God love him, but I don't see Nate pairing up against Wemby too well.
That's what I was going to say. The Thunder need to find somebody in the front court who can guard Wemby, and I just don't think Nate Ament is that guy. And if they can't get that at their spot in the draft, then they'll probably get, that's why Yaxel could be a decent pick for them because regardless of the size disadvantage, Yaxel probably can match up against, a Wemby. I mean, Yaxel's an elite defender. He's versatile. He's strong. He's athletic. So, he could be, he would probably be better than what we saw last year with Caruso, but the Hawks are picking now.
Yep, here we go.
We'll come back to you, Drew. It's Fleming's for Atlanta, as we expected.
Yep.
Like you said, point guard, they needed it. He's the best one available, and you go grab him. I really like his game, and I don't know if you guys saw, he put out that letter to the NBA GMs.
Yeah.
I love that touch. NBA players used to do that kind of stuff all the time back in the Cal era. Loved that kind of stuff. Really liked seeing that. Just like seeing that he's a good guy and wants to actually go out there and work.
Yeah. Yeah, it was super cool. Yeah, he's a good kid. He's obviously an explosive guard too, very fast, athletic. I think it's a good pick for Atlanta. I think he's going to fit right into. They have a ton of speed, athleticism, versatility.
Yes.
They're kind of small, but shoot, they kind of play like the NBA version of like the modern NBA version of like Houston.
Yeah.
So he probably is going to fit right in and, make them a lot better. I mean, they're going to be good in the East next year.
Yeah, they definitely could make some noise, and that I think we've got a couple teams that are sort of head and shoulders above the rest in the East, but the middle group of that team of that conference, it's wide open.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So like the 3rd, 4th, 5th seeds in the East, I mean, we could be talking about the Hawks right in the middle of that.
Yeah.
This coming season.
Hey, I'll say this: the East.
And this dude is lightning quick, man. Holy crap!
The East is getting a lot better. It's been terrible for a long time.
Yeah.
But the East is getting better tonight, and there a lot of organizations are kind of on the up in the Eastern Conference to hopefully balance out the NBA, because the West has dominated the NBA for the last 10 to 15
years at least. Yeah. Yeah. So all right. So now it can start getting fun, boys.
Mm-hmm.
Dallas Mavericks with their first of 2. They have 2 picks in the first round.
Yeah, they got this in 30.
Has Dusty May been there long enough to influence the draft selection?
I would think this pick was made before that happened.
Probably.
I could be wrong. I'm sticking with Burries. I've doubled down on Burries. Collectively, that's who we said it was going to be. Gentlemen?
This has been going on longer than just yesterday, just an FYI. So May has been involved in the Mavs front office for about a week now. So there's enough time here to where if he wanted to influence this, he could have. Go ahead, Drew.
I was going to say, does Dusty May not like the Burries pick? They played in the Final Four. He's like, we beat them by 30. Go get me one of my guys. Let's rock.
Who's Dallas's big?
Daniel Gafford.
And they're actually talking about moving him.
So they're not happy with their big. They've got an alien problem. They're in the same state as Wemby. They've got to take a big. I don't care if it's Mara or Steinbach or whoever you want to take. If you have to reach for somebody, do it. But you've got to take a big here.
So you're saying it's Mara?
Yes. And Shams just tweeted, I have a feeling that new Dallas Mavericks coach Dusty May will be bringing a Wolverine up next at 9. It's a day Mara. Morez Johnson is not a pick at 9, so it's got to be Mara.
And I don't think Yaxel is either.
He's in there at 12. And I think Yaxel might fall as far as 17 in this draft. I'm just going to be honest. The potential for him to be outside the lottery is definitely real.
Absolutely.
So this could be. I could have been one off on Mara.
I wouldn't
be very possible. I'm still sticking with Burries. I'm stubborn like that.
I don't see it. As soon as Dusty May was announced before the draft, I was like, it's going to be a Michigan kid. It's just trying to figure out who it's going to be.
Has to be. Maybe he got his pick. You want which one of the 3 do you want?
I mean, he basically does.
Pretty much.
Well, we know who the best one is.
Mara.
Easily Mara.
Yes.
Yeah.
Easily.
I think Yaxel has great potential in certain roles, but I do not think that he is a headline. Like, could he guard Wemby? Yes, but it's going to take everything that he's got to guard Wemby for that entire game.
He's going to be able to do it.
He's giving up like 6 inches to Wemby.
Yeah. It would have to be like spot, like switching it up. Kind of what they did with Caruso. And Caruso did a pretty good job, but long-term wise, when you're Alex Caruso or a Yaxel Lindenborg, you can't sustainably shut Wemby down with the size. At some point, he's going to he's going to get baskets down low, and he's going to get into a rhythm, and then from there, it's over.
Yeah.
All right. Well, here we go. Let the chaos ensue.
Wow.
Okay. I did just say this was a drastic overreach if they did it, so I'll stand by that. I don't hate the pick. I saw a lot of Morez this year. I mean, obviously Dusty knows him better than anybody, so maybe there's something there, but I'm surprised.
I am too, because Johnson's a 4.
Yeah.
He's not a wing player. He is a 4.
6'9".
Last I checked, they've got a pretty good 4 in Dallas.
Well, Coop's really been playing the 3, I believe. But, PJ Washington's there as well, and he's a
Right.
3-4 too.
Yeah, I wasn't talking about Coop. I was talking about PJ.
Okay.
So
yeah.
because I guess PJ could play the 5 because he played the 5 in Charlotte some.
Yeah.
I don't think his natural position's 5.
Yeah, he's like 6'6" though.
Yeah, it's not where he needs to be. But if they move on from Gafford, which I guess this pick says they're not going to, or they're going to trade and have another big involved, there's not going to be a big at 30, Hunter.
No. There's not going to be a big that can guard Wemby at 30.
No.
I mean, you could take Baba Miller or somebody, but like you're really stretching. Exactly, Hammer. I love Baba, but he's not guarding Wemby.
Yeah.
He's going to be a role player at best.
There's one dude in this draft that could hold his own against Wemby, and that's Mara.
I don't even know if he'll hold his own. I think it's
just
more
make
of
it
exactly. He'll put up some sort of barrier other than just being a traffic cone.
Frustrate him.
Yes.
Get him out of his rhythm, out of his game. Yeah, there's no stopping the guy. That's for sure. Nobody's going to stop him.
Although these defensive highlights from Perez.
No, he's good, man. No question. I moved him up.
Everybody was tweeting about how he was moving up this week. So, I mean, I'm not shocked he moved up. This is just a lot.
Yeah. I forgot where Sorry, I got 137. Oh, I had Oklahoma City taking him.
I did as well.
Wow. Okay, so this is going to pose an interesting
because now these next 3 teams, really, they could all use it a day, Mara.
Sure. And something else Milwaukee needs pretty bad right now. That's a guard.
Yeah.
Braden Burry's just sitting there. Even though we've been all over Nate Ament at this spot. Did not expect Burry's to be an option. So
that was the pick right there that just shook up the entire
Yep, we knew it was going to happen.
First round.
Yeah, we knew it was going to happen.
Do they stay with the Mint? Hammer, are you moving to Burry's? I think Burry's might be there at 13. So I don't know who you take here. I mean, could they use a big like Mara?
I mean, I think everybody could use a big.
I think if you're Milwaukee,
quite honestly.
I was going to say, I think if you're Milwaukee, you just got to figure out whoever you think is the best player right now and also in the future.
Yeah, because if Milwaukee doesn't take a Mint at 10 and if they do go guard or they do go, monster, I think a Mint's there at 13.
I agree.
Because they got Miami's pick at 13.
Yeah.
I think you take Mara and then you back it up with a Mint, or if Burry's is still there, you take Burry's.
And that's I think the team's picking from here until, gosh, man, maybe 15, 16, 17. They're looking at least front court type players.
Yeah. Yeah, this is going to be interesting.
Yeah, that was definitely not the wrinkle that we were expecting there.
That was my third. If you would have said rank them 1 through 3, who's going, I would have put Perez last.
Yeah, I think he and Lindenborg probably really close, but I just knew Mara was going to be the first guy gone. So this is wildly interesting. How do you guys feel about the pick overall, though?
I think it was a solid pick. I think maybe they reached a little bit, but you sometimes you feel really good about a guy and you maybe reach and it ends up being a great decision next year, 5 year, 10 years down the line. So, I think Dallas they've been a successful organization for years and years. Dusty's a great coach,
Exactly.
college or NBA. So I think, really it's like, I got trust in him that it was a good pick until proven otherwise. And it's his guy. So he wouldn't I know it's his guy, but he wouldn't have said, he wouldn't have gave the go on Merez if he didn't feel comfortable about that draft pick.
I agree. I mean, I completely agree. I think it's a clear overreach, and they paid a little bit higher price than probably what they needed to. But I agree. He coached a kid in college. He knows what he's getting himself into. He knows how he fits his system and what he wants to do. So,
I don't
guess
hate it.
the Bucks. I forgot the Bucks have Miles Turner. This is got to be Native Man.
Yeah,
it would make sense. I think a guard makes sense too,
unless they want to trade Miles.
I mean, Amit or Burries, either one fill a need here.
Yeah,
I think it's one of the two,
and I think they'll end up with both of them personally.
Amit and Burries.
Yeah, I think they'll get one at 10 and one at 13.
Yeah, they're in a very unique position. And, we kind of talked about it on the show Saturday that, I was very confident this trade had to happen before the draft because I thought that 13 pick would be in play. And, of course, Rando wanted to argue, no, it wouldn't. So I just wanted to throw that out there. I was right. But, yeah, they're in a pretty unique position to have two lottery picks this close together. It's almost kind of like being at the turn in a fantasy draft where you just get to, pretty much snipe two dudes right out from under the rest of the league. Here we go.
Yeah.
Oof. So I like that. I like that.
Yeah.
And I think that's the right pick.
I agree because if you've got to draft somebody, OKC may have swiped them before. If Mara's not sitting there, like you may just turn around and be gone before you get to 13. I do think I'm pretty confident on that will be there at 13 now.
Now this is interesting. So the Warriors are coming up at 11.
Yes.
Porzingis is a free agent.
And Steph Curry's 38 years old.
Correct.
Their window is about the size of one of them little on a Lear jet. It's about that big.
But it's now.
They got to have somebody now. Guys, who is now that's available?
Top board. So it's got to be Mara.
It's got to be Mara, right? It's got to be Mara.
Or I'm going to stand with it and say Yaxel. I said it on last Saturday. Just a high floor experienced guy. You're not.
Yeah, go ahead, Drew.
I was just gonna say you're not going for the future at this point when you're the Warriors. You can worry about that 5 years down the line in a rebuild.
In a few years.
You do whatever you can to try to win now. I think Yaxel would be that guy. Now they're gonna have to get Porzingis back, or they're gonna have to trade or something for a big. Jimmy Butler health concerns, Draymond Green, weird stuff. That's where Mara could come into play. I think if you're the Warriors, it has to be Yaxel or it has to be Mara.
I don't like to speak in like overstatements or like hyperbole, but is this is like a make or break pick for their entire season. If they don't hit this right, they're in trouble.
Yeah, they've got to get this right. They've got to pick somebody that is going to immediately be in the starting lineup, make an impact.
Yaxel brings like that winning energy, the constant older age kind of just, I don't know. I don't know. I can see both.
Because he is old, right?
Yeah, he's like my age. He's like 23, 24.
Yeah, for an NBA rookie, he's old.
Yeah.
They talk about, like 25-year-old quarterbacks and stuff in the NFL being old. 24-year-old rookie in the NBA is, he's almost ready for pension.
Yeah.
So
that's why I think Yaxel's such a high floor pick because you really know what you're getting. I mean, he really would be, as a rookie, he probably would be a 3-and-D type guy. I mean, he can get down low. He can get to the rim. but he provides shooting for Golden State, which is always a key for them. They didn't really have a whole lot of shooting last year, really, outside of Curry, Buddy Hield, those guys. Obviously losing Clay, Draymond can't shoot. Jimmy Butler going down hurt him a lot. So that's why I think Yaxel would be he would be the perfect fit for them. We also have no idea the stuff behind the scenes with Porzingis.
Yeah.
So that's the part that is questionable, is like, what are the conversations they've had with Porzingis or with other teams about potentially adding a center of some sort?
Yeah. And there may be a name we're kind of leaving out of the Warriors equation, and that's Karim Lopez.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
He's going to go somewhere in here, right? Probably in that 11, 12 to 15 or so range. Because he can score.
Mm-hmm.
He's got some size, which they desperately need as well. So
that's crazy. Curry and Butler missed 83 games.
Yeah. Not going to win many games like that.
No. But that's why I know we think that they're on the downward, but the Warriors are right there to still compete in the Western Conference if they make the right moves. I mean, it's not like Curry's,
What's going to be crazy? If Golden State doesn't take Mara, he is going to absolutely fall right into the Thunder's lap.
Yeah.
I thought there was no way that was going to happen.
I mean, I didn't think that other teams would let it happen, to be fully honest.
Because that's the only – if you could look at the Thunder and go, that's the one chink in the armor.
They win the draft. With that pick.
Oh, it's over. Yeah, they might win the offseason.
Yeah, just by that pick.
Which would explain their lack of any movement or anything happening trade-wise to move up and snag him.
And if they do that and they keep Hartenstein,
dude, that won't even be fair.
No.
It's over. Interesting. I saw a tweet that they're looking to maybe move the 11th pick, though.
And I can see that as well because they've got a lot of needs.
Wait, who's that?
Warriors looking to maybe
I understand the pick is in for the Warriors.
So never mind. Maybe they're moving in the back end or something. Or maybe it was completely fake. Didn't have time to vet the account that I read that off of.
Yeah. Man, some dude, I won't call him out because I'm going to do that on Twitter. But some dude put out about 4 or 5 different tweets about the whole Giannis trade and, announcement coming soon. Shams is going to announce this. Just got word. And I was like, dude, if you guess enough teams, eventually you're going to be right.
Yeah,
exactly.
I'll grant you that. But dude, it was ridiculous. And I had to, I'm working on a little thing. I've got some screenshots and
it's what I say about the Kentucky insiders.
Yeah, exactly. And then this dude's got like a massive following. I'm like, how? Is everybody just laughing at you?
Yeah, at some point they're just going to get one right.
You don't know your ass from last Tuesday. You're just tweeting teams that come to mind.
But
Yeah.
you delete the bad tweets and then suddenly it looks good. I've seen a lot of burners do that. They'll tweet out 10 or 11 things, 4 or 5 of them get traction, and then you hate them all, and it looks like you've got a great track record.
Yeah. The only problem there is old Hammer gets receipts. So
not many people do.
Mm-mm.
All right, so Mara was our consensus pick at 11. Going back to our big board, we did have Mara going here collectively. So
it makes sense.
Here we go. Pick is on its way.
Yeah.
It makes sense. There's your replacement for Draymond.
Yeah, it really is.
And I would say you could plug and play him right now. Like he could start day one.
I think so. I can contribute.
I got to meet him and actually got to chat with him after the Elite Eight win over Tennessee. Great dude, just really down to earth, really humble. Both of his parents were super nice and just very down to earth. You don't see that with a lot of players, so it's really cool to see.
Yeah, and I'd heard being near Birmingham, I saw a lot of coverage on him at UAB, and same story. Like everybody talked about just how down to earth and real, mild mannered, humbled, respectful that he was. So I was a fan up until the Elite Eight of Yaxel.
So he put you on a bag and shipped you out.
Yeah.
I got to watch that one in person. Thought I was going to have some fun with you guys, but no.
Well, it's crazy. Man. The Thunder just won the 2027 NBA championship.
Yeah. Right. Just go ahead and polish it up now.
The 2027 draft tonight. Start getting ready for 2028 season.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do we need a CBA or something negotiated at this point? Can we just replace them with the MLB with them and go on?
I'll say this though: if they don't take him and Milwaukee gets him, because what if the Thunder? What if they just keep taking these high? Quit worrying about fit, taking high ceiling guys, and they take Nate Ament.
I'm sorry, but that would be the dumbest thing that they could do for Ament's career and for OKC this year. Ament needs somewhere where he can play spot minutes under some good veterans or some high talented players. He does not need to be in a spot where he is just shoved to the back or even pushed down to the G League. He really needed to come back to college. I understand why he went. I understand the NBA draft's on potential. His best move would have been to come back, take care of Tennessee this year, and then move on from there. At least that was always my personal opinion.
Yeah. I'm glad he didn't, though.
Fair enough. He terrorized the Kentucky, didn't he?
Yeah, he hit some threes. Went 0 for 2, though.
Fair enough, but
I would not have liked to see him again.
Yeah.
And Tennessee's fine without him. Tennessee's just fine without him.
Oh, Tennessee's better. Not better without him, but some of the money freed up there that
this roster is better than last year's roster. We can definitely say that.
Clearly.
So if the Thunder take tomorrow, which I don't know why they wouldn't, then that puts Nate Ament right back into Milwaukee's hands at 13.
And I don't hate it. I really don't hate it either with the Burries pick, Hero, Miles Turner. Hey, Bucks might have they might not fall too far back like we originally thought they would with and Khalil Ware. Khalil Ware's there now too. So
do you think they trade him? I was going to bring that up at some point in the conversation tonight since we've breached it. Do you think he gets traded? Do you think they hang on to him?
Keep him. I think if they're going to trade it, would be Miles Turner.
Yeah, I would tend to agree.
Just age. Yeah, in Milwaukee, they might be decent next year, but they're trying to be 3, 4, 5 years down the line. Miles Turner doesn't match that timeline very well.
Yeah, I agree. And that was one of the questions was, out of this group of players that got sent to Milwaukee, how many of them are actually going to be on the roster come, season tip? And possibly half of them may not be.
And how dumb do you think Miles Turner feels for leaving Indiana after making the finals?
Man, no kidding.
And then to go play with Giannis. Giannis is gone. You're in Milwaukee. Indiana's going to be right back in the title contention next year.
I think they're a sleeper team to win the East. I really do.
Dumb decision he made.
Yeah, and he actually had a pretty good final series. Definitely playoff series. I don't know about specifically the finals, but their run to the conference final and the final, he had a lot to do with the success of that.
Yeah.
So that was wild to me, man.
He probably feels like an idiot.
OKC's pick is in.
Okay, so who made the first trade?
What'd you say?
Who's making the first trade? Are we going to see a trade?
Man, at this point, I don't know because some of the teams I thought would be in the mix have held serve.
Yeah.
The only way I see it is if right
the
now
Thunder may move 17. I think that's possible.
Yeah. And if you're the Thunder, I would be trading that for 2031 picks.
Yeah, 2 or 3 years down the road for draft
you don't
picks.
need it next year either.
Yeah, when you got to start slashing some of this salary and you get into the second curtain of some of these guys' contracts.
I truly think that's why they went to go get Jared McCain. They knew Cason Wallace was going to be a free agent, they probably were not going to re-sign him. He didn't want to re-sign. They couldn't pay him. Go get McCain. He still has 2 years now on his rookie deal. Because McCain's stock was low when they traded for him. Now it's through the roof after the playoffs. In terms of role player, value.
Yeah.
Well, here we go.
Everybody's booing. There it is.
That's crazy.
I don't know. I don't have words. I thought they'd end up with Morez Johnson. I did think they would get a big here.
Yeah,
but
we were right. They got a big for Michigan. So does that count?
Yeah. Close enough. Yeah.
Close enough.
Better big.
Dusty May's shit. We got to go play against them now.
Wait, I forgot about him.
Yeah.
If only Rando were here so we could
Dusty May's happy right now. He's not going to be when the Western Conference playoffs are going on next year.
That's just
you ask and you receive, Hammer.
What's going on, brother?
Winning the championship already.
Listen, I got no mic, no fancy 4K camera, no backdrop. We're just raw dogging right now.
Yeah, no makeup. Everything, just all Nasharal.
No, still got the makeup on.
So
you can't tell.
You might want to go look in the mirror then.
I didn't say it helped. I just think about what it would be if I didn't have it on.
Yeah. See, you go to the bare naked ladies on the wall, and I've actually got a little background.
It looks great
going here now. So
I'm excited to see what Hunter does too next.
Yeah.
We'll find out. I've got a couple. I think I'm with a big neon sign for the background, and I don't know. Got a couple other things up the sleeves.
But I heard you all talking, and the fact that Mora went back, fell to OKC.
Yeah,
ridiculous.
Shoot, they're right back in it, man.
Shoot, they got to be the favorites now.
Crazy.
Because that was the one chink was they didn't have a big that could make things muddy. Well, they're not stopping him, but make things muddy for Wemby, and this guy can do it. And Coach Ryan, that was a no-brainer. I'm still a little. I can't believe the rest of the league sat there and just handed him to the Thunder. That's
if you're talking pure fit wise, and chance to win a championship, the Thunder literally just nailed it at pick number 12.
Yeah.
I guarantee if you asked them the one player they wanted from the draft, they would say Adar Mara. And they just got that pick.
Oh, have the Bucks? Wait a minute. Somebody help me out on the screen here.
No, trade's not confirmed, so it says Miami, but it's actually
it should be the Bucks.
It'll be the Bucks. It says reported trade up there.
It has to go through the league office first.
All right. So at quick glance, I was reading that the Bucks traded the pick back to Miami, and I was like, "What the hell for?"
Yeah.
But hey, the Warriors in Yaxel. I don't know that helps them win now, but I thought that was a good pick. Drew, I think we talked about it on the last show. I don't know if it's a great comp by me, but if you talk about a Draymond Green replacement, great way better athlete than Draymond, probably a better shooter too, even when Draymond could shoot the three. But the problem is when he peaks, that's when Steph's going to be really in his decline. So I don't know when you talk about OKC the Spurs, if that really gets him over the hump. Maybe if you got a healthy, motivated one more run to get Steph back in the game.
Yeah,
we'll see.
Yeah, I like the pick for them because I think it's a high floor pick for them. You know, Yaxel doesn't have to be this world beater type player. He can fit right in. He can really probably play the 2 through the 4 if you really needed him to. You know, he can do a lot offensively, can do even more defensively. He's old, so nothing's gonna phase him in terms of like the playoff challenge or the championship aspirations. He's won, like that helps. He's going into a winning culture. He's won. The only thing I worry about with Golden State is like, what do they do at the 5 position? Other than that, they're really good. Like they got Steph, they got Jimmy, they got. I'm guessing they probably keep Draymond. I would be still shocked if he left. Porzingis is a free agent, I believe, a restricted free agent, so they can obviously counter that offer. But the Warriors are right there. I mean, they're obviously on the down. Thunder just won the draft with that pick alone, so they're going to be chasing them. But the Warriors are not. They're not too far out of it.
If everybody's healthy, you always chipping a chair chance with Steph Curry on the floor, right?
They're just as good as anybody. And
I think Lindenberg is good enough to contribute. And like Rando said, he's a good replacement for Draymond because he gives you much more offensively. Mm-hmm. A legitimate, scoring option other than Steph and Jimmy Butler, which you desperately need. You do sacrifice a little bit in the front court part of his game and in the rebounding and whatnot, but that can be solved with if they can find a big, which is going to be difficult now for them to do. Coach Ryan, Chet Holmgren's probably as useful he's as useful to the Thunder now as Missouri is to the SEC. So I don't think we're going to see Chet's runway very long in Oklahoma City now.
Rando's been hinting at it.
What's that?
I said Rando's been saying it.
Yeah, I mean, you got to move on from Chet. You can't win with them.
No.
OKC, he got a title with them, but it's in spite of them. And now that was before Wemby really started going. You got Maury, you got Hardenstein. You probably can still get a lot for him because he's got potential. Another season of postseason where you're, averaging 4 points and just looking just terrible. Do you think Draymond has any trade value right now?
Man, I don't think so.
Maybe like 2 second rounders.
I mean, it'd be ham and cheese in a generic bag of chips.
I think he still owes a lot of money. Or still owed a lot of money. He's just not the same dude. And I think he's just more of a hindrance to the team than anything.
Yeah. I think
he's Dennis Rodman without the talent.
Yeah. They're going to probably keep him, but I think they're going to have to restructure his deal.
And if you're Draymond at this point in your career,
you should be fine
willing
with
to do that.
I mean,
you're going to be willing to do that.
If not, you're going to end up playing for the Utah Jazz and 60 games a year.
Yeah.
So
you take one more chance at winning.
And you have that same thing of played for the same organization your whole career, still with Steph, still with Steve Kerr. I mean, Draymond's just Draymond. Like, he's going to be great sometimes, and then sometimes you're just going to be like, what in the hell are you doing?
Yeah, they've tolerated his nonsense for way too long.
Correct.
And there comes a point that what leadership or rebounding or presence on the floor, at some point it becomes a liability versus, the juice not worth the squeeze anymore.
Mm-mm.
And I think we've been there for a few years with him.
Probably.
Especially with the actually here. I mean, it's perfect. Now you can just transition off. Draymond plays maybe a 6-man role, maybe even further down the bench, and you cut him loose. I mean, this is his last year, I would imagine.
Yeah, I think so. Anyways, he's got 1 or 2 more.
Yeah.
All right, Joe. Hey, if y'all still going here in the next half hour, so I'll jump back on. Sound good?
Oh, we'll be going.
Okay. Hey, thanks y'all for holding it down. I appreciate it.
No, man. Thanks for stopping in.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. I'll be back in a little bit.
Peace.
I would have said it's good to see him, but I didn't want to lie because.
All right, so
This has got to be Amen.
gotta be a minute. Yeah.
I can still hear you, dude.
Oh, you can?
No, he was just lying. This has got to be Nate Amen.
Got to be, right?
Gotta be.
There you go. I like it.
One up
It's a
for the
good-
ball.
Yeah, that's what we thought was going to happen. We just thought it was going to happen a few picks earlier.
Yeah.
I should have bet the team and not the position. Damn it.
Yeah. I mean, he's got all the intangibles, like they just said, size, talent, it's all there. He just needs a little bit more time to develop. And
Yeah.
Milwaukee's not looking to win right this second. So he's going to get some run. He'll get to develop. And honestly, it should be a really good landing spot for him.
Yeah, I think so. And, it took him a while to kind of get going, get kind of acclimated to college basketball, and then a little bit acclimated to SEC basketball. But then once he kind of settled in and figured out how to get to his spot, play through contact, things like that, he was very effective.
Yes.
And then he played hurt the majority of the last, 2-3 weeks of the season. He was battling ankle and just wasn't 100%. So fully healthy Nate Ament in the right system, he'll be a star.
I agree.
He may not be all NBA, he may not be MVP, that kind of thing, but he's going to have a good long career.
Yeah.
Especially if he puts it all together. I mean, then you do talk about him being all NBA.
That's true. I mean, that's true. The potential is certainly there. His ceiling's very high.
It's always been talked about too. Even when he was coming out of high school, Kentucky recruited him super hard. And the whole conversations were, he's the number 4 player in the country. He's really good, but he's nowhere close to like where he's going to be if he puts everything together. Shoot, people said it coming out of high school. If he puts it all together, he might be the best player from that high school class. Now, I think AJ DeBansa was even better than anticipated. I think Darren Peterson was even better than anticipated, and those guys were hyped up a ton. But those two prove that they have legitimate superstar potential. I think Caleb Wilson was better than probably advertised. Boozer was great, but Amen probably, if everything goes well, he could be the 3rd best player from this draft class, potentially behind DeBansa and Peterson. I mean, him and Caleb Wilson are very similar. Caleb Wilson's just a little bit more strong, more powerful, different players, though. If they were combined as players, they would be, that would be the number 1 pick.
Yes, absolutely.
Now it's kind of just AJ DeBansa, but Nate Ament, he has all the tools to be a spectacular player. I also hate how the NBA draft, like the process of like, why is he sitting there with a Heat hat on?
Correct.
Like, I hate that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Let him put the freaking Milwaukee hat on. Let it just be known. We know it's happening.
Yeah.
And
Instead, he messes up all his pictures, messes up, all the media stuff. It's just like, give him the dang Bucks hat.
Yeah, we know this is signed, sealed, delivered, done. This is ridiculous.
Yeah, I hate how they do that.
Yeah, I do too. All right, well, we've got Charlotte now on the clock. Collectively, our pick here was Hannes Steinbach, the big out of Washington. How are we feeling about that, considering what is on the board, Drew?
I think it's got to happen. They're pretty loaded outside of the big position. They took Kalkbrenner last year. He's an interesting player. Obviously, was an incredible player at Creighton. Big shot blocker. Probably still need some more guys in the front court. I think Steinbach makes the most sense. You know, they'd have been lucky if Mara fell to them. Wasn't likely. So, you know, now that he didn't, I think Steinbach just makes the most sense.
Yeah, I think it would. I think it's definitely a front court, and I think probably with what we're looking at now, it's. I mean, it's got to come down to either Steinbach or Lopez. I think at this point.
Yeah,
because when you look down of who's probably coming off the board, like Sinak from Houston, Alan Graves, maybe Dalen Swain. We haven't talked about him a lot, and I think a lot of people aren't talking about him, which I think is a mistake. Of course, Koa Pete is still out there, and probably the next two true centers.
What's Sham's
Sar
center?
and Terrace Reed. I don't think they're going this high.
Oh, okay. They're talking about the Bucks.
Yeah.
I didn't know Shams was breaking some news.
Yeah, he's talking about picks and that. Not this year, but if what we're seeing the Bucks roster look like right now, in a couple years, is going to be very competitive.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Because they're going to get to add another, 2 or 3 picks over the next couple first rounds as well. Could catch lightning in a bottle with these guys. All right, so Charlotte, Hunter, real quick, who do you think they take? Think it's a big?
I think it's a big. I said Steinbach here.
Yeah, that was kind of, I don't know if you could hear us, but that was kind of our consensus as well.
I think he's a sleeper pick too. I don't think it's going to be the kind of quote unquote sexy pick, but I'm pretty sure he led college basketball in rebounding last year. So,
Oh, newsflash!
Oh, God.
Breaking news.
I love that they're booing him. I just love them.
All right, let's get to the real news. Here we go.
Yeah. That's a
nailed it.
I know a lot of people didn't watch him out west. I'm pretty sure he averaged a double-double. I don't remember if he fell quite off of that, but just an absolute freak rebounding the ball. And
yes, I was wildly impressed with him. And Washington wasn't very good. It's another reason that nobody really talked about him. But that dude's going to be good.
Absolutely. Real quick, go ahead.
I was just going to say, it's so crazy the talent Washington had and how bad they were last year.
Yeah.
Like, it's insane.
I have so many concerns for Washington, and they're going to do the same damn thing this year.
Yeah, it's crazy. Zoom, Wesley, Steinbach, it's crazy.
No reason they should be as bad as they are.
No.
Austin Tanner, I know you're watching. He's one of the guys up here. Baba, I think, goes second round. I don't think he'll go first round.
I agree.
I'd agree. Spirit, I'll answer your question because I know it'll be a late night. All right, who do we got? Austin's one of the guys I work with Local 12, so I had to make sure I got to that question. Thank you for popping up.
So we got Chicago.
I think Phylon. I said it from before we even started the draft. I thought Phylon would fall to here, and it made sense.
Oh, look at that dish from Zoom.
All right, Kentucky fan. Let's not get too hyped yet.
Hey, Kepnang right there, too. All right, enough of that.
Hey, as long as he's not, showing practice assists where in slow motion or whatever, I think we're going to be okay.
Fair enough.
I had to get some. I'm used to seeing like 3 Kentucky players off the board by now. Times are tough over here.
Times are tough. Okay.
They could always be worse, though.
You could always be what?
They could always be worse.
Exactly. You could be Louisville. or Tennessee.
So we're thinking guard here for the Bulls?
I think so.
I think Phylon's perfect pick.
What about a Cameron Carr?
I mean,
I don't hate that.
explosive. He's fun. I don't hate it. Who's the Bulls? Who do the Bulls have at point guard?
Giddy and Rob Dillingham.
Okay. Who do they have it? Who's off the ball? Sorry, I don't know NBA rosters. So that's why I'm asking you guys. Obviously, nobody important if you can't name them. So, yeah, I mean, Cam Carr makes sense.
Anthony Simons, I believe.
Okay. Oh, Dirk. Nobody can hear you.
Where does Trey Jones fall in the rotation for the Bulls?
Probably the backup point guard.
Backup guard, point guard, yeah.
I think it's Giddy and Anthony Simons, if I'm not mistaken.
Hammer, do you have anybody else you're thinking for him or for Chicago here?
I kind of had Cam Carr penciled in here.
What about Christian Anderson?
Christian Anderson is not a terrible pick either. Okorie from Stanford, I think, could possibly be in the mix here too.
This high? I don't know.
It would be a little bit of a reach. I don't disagree. I think Anderson maybe would be better. Maybe Sturts. I don't know. I think this next group of guards are all pretty interchangeable.
Yeah.
So you go back to that, what we talked about at the beginning of who fits my system or who's going to work best with what I have existing. And you just take the best fit, maybe not the most talented.
Yeah, this would be the most Bulls thing to do, though, is take the Karam Lopez. And I know he's like great, and a lot of people think he's good, but the Bulls always take the international dudes, and they always turn out to be busts.
Yeah, Tony Kukoc may be the only exception to that.
Yeah, but I'm taking the last 10 years. Like,
yeah,
they take these foreign dudes. I get it, you know, they're good players or whatever, but they always turn out to be busts. If I'm the Bulls, I'm take a college dude. You already got Caleb Wilson. Go take a Christian Anderson, LeBaron Philon. Even if you have to take an Allen Graves or a Sinak or a Bennett Sturts or Cameron Carr, like, don't do the guessing of international player.
Yes. So I'm showing on the Bulls roster, they've got Colin Sexton, of course, Giddy, McClung, Rob Dillingham, Anthony Simons, Trey Jones, Isaac Okoro. He's more of a 3.
Yeah.
But can play guard.
Mm-hmm.
Man, they don't have a whole lot of
anything.
Is it possible they go with another forward here at all? You think any chance they go forward? They don't have a lot of solid guys. I know they just took Wilson, but
at the
they don't have much else.
Buzelis, he's a talented kid.
Yeah.
Honestly, the problem is there's no centers really out there that you would take right now.
Not you'd take now.
I mean, Sinak would be Sinak, Graves, Pete, all of them are right there, but those all 3 would be reaches.
Yeah.
Yeah. And they're not really 5s.
That's it.
Correct. So
you're having to reach to you're really reaching.
Yeah.
If you're going for a big, because you're having to go Terrace Reed or Henry Vassar. And I think those guys are like bottom, like 25 to 30 range.
Agreed.
Yeah, I think
They're
Vassar,
big bodies, yes, but I don't know that the talent necessarily is going to translate over.
I think you've got to be best available here. That's way too down for a team that needs everything. I think if it's Lopez, if it's Philon, if it's Carr, Swain, whoever it is, you take them and then you just fill out your roster around them.
On the
You got to get
understand some big board of basketball. Who do you think the best available player would be at this point?
Phylon.
You think it's Phylon? Most
think it's
upside
Phylon.
or most NBA ready?
Both.
Both. Okay.
You could maybe argue Carr's a little bit more NBA ready right now, but I would still take Phylon.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't think the Bulls are going wrong no matter who they take, honestly, based on what they got in the cupboard. Yeah. It's almost like beggars can't be choosers. And they nailed their first pick. Absolutely nailed. So this one, I won't say it's free, but it is definitely a bonus that they get to pick another lottery type talent player here.
Yeah.
And
I think
here it comes.
Christian Anderson.
I agree. Okay, I don't hate this. I almost mentioned him, but I thought he'd go a little bit later.
I did too.
Swain obviously played at Xavier, so I'm very familiar with
Yep.
him. Very high upside kind of kid. He's going to be a great defensive mind.
Mm-hmm.
And what he brings on offense is not the same as Wilson, but a little bit smaller version of Wilson. So now suddenly you're looking at two guys right there at the 3 and 4 that just really complement each other. Both need jump shots. Swain got it better last year, but they both will need to improve shooting wise. I like the pick. I didn't mention it because I thought Phylon, Anderson, Carr are a little bit better, but this isn't bad per se.
No,
Yeah.
and there aren't many wings left in this tier, right? So, I don't hate it at all.
Agreed.
Yeah, I'll be honest. After the beginning of the season, when I was watching Dalen Swain play, I was like, man, I hope he enters the portal. And and Mark Pope goes and gets him. But obviously, he did it for way too long that he was not staying in college.
Yeah.
But he is such a fun basketball player to watch. He was awesome at Texas last year.
Yeah.
He's so fun. And really, he could probably play the 2 through the 4.
Yeah, I think so. Definitely 2 and 3 for sure.
Yeah.
And I kind of thought Detroit may be a good landing spot for him. I thought that might be somebody that they targeted because they desperately need another scorer and give Cade Cunningham a little bit of help. Plus, to that point, he can play multiple positions on the floor. So that would give them a little more versatility. And because had they had a little bit better roster construction this year, I think we could be talking about a different Eastern Conference with Detroit. So interesting. Good pick.
Yeah.
Just didn't see it coming.
Maybe a little bit too early, but like I've been saying, if you love a guy, go get him.
You got to.
Yeah.
You absolutely have to.
This one's going to be interesting, though. Memphis at 16. I don't know where they go. Probably a point guard would be my guess.
Surely to goodness, this is – now we got to start talking, seriously about Christian Anderson.
Or Phylon.
Yeah.
You think he's a true point guard, though? Is he
I
more of a
think
combo?
I think he's about as true of a point guard as you're going to find in basketball nowadays.
That's fair because John's really not a true point guard anyway, right? I mean, he's definitely a combo guard. So
yeah, but I think that's what point guards are now. They're kind of combo guards.
Yeah.
I think they're both very similar molds. And honestly, you could convince me one's going to have a much better NBA career than the other, and I wouldn't be shocked. They're very similar. I like Phylon a little bit better because he's 2 inches taller.
Yeah.
Size-wise, yeah, that's a good call. That's a good call.
Phylon's nasty too. I mean, when he gets
man.
When he gets going, you can't stop him.
We had to deal with him past few years, and
I'm glad he's gone.
Yeah, good riddance and good luck, young man. Nothing personal.
Yeah,
just Buck Fama. That's just business.
Yeah.
He's a sophomore, right? Phylon?
Yeah.
Okay.
Who do we think for Memphis here? I had Lopez kind of penciled in here just because it felt like a Memphis pick. But I mean, Philon, Anderson, Carr, all of them are sitting there. What are your thoughts?
I'm gonna guess LeBaron Philon.
If that's the case, then they have to move on from Ja Morant.
They also
That
have
is-
Walter Clayton Jr. as well.
Yeah.
So, they got some decent backcourt options as well. Yeah, I just think, I don't know. I just think Philon, you take Philon and you get rid of Ja.
I agree.
And then if you have Philon, you don't have to ask for some outrageous package to get rid of Ja either. Take a decent package, get Ja somewhere that somewhere that probably he could compete and win to remotivate him a little bit. You don't have to search for 3 first-round picks or whatever. Take a decent package, maybe get a big or a wing out of it as well, potentially, and you move on from the Ja experience. It was great for 3 years, 4 years, but obviously that ship ran its course, and it's just time to move on and try to bring the Grizzlies back.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't see it being anything other than a guard. So, take your pick. Anderson, Sturts, Philon, Carr. You're not going to go wrong with any of them.
Exactly. If you do want to talk about trying to correct Ja, though, if they are going to go, I know we talked about that with Boozer. You bring in a guy like Bennett Sturts, and then you have him and Boozer. Those are the kind of guys that could really move him in that direction.
Yeah.
If you're going to ever do it.
And they're both good. They're both talented. Maybe they both hit and you're winning earlier than you maybe anticipated, or at least competing to then bring Ja back. Because really, look, Ja is still Ja. He's still ultra talented. He still has the bounce and the flashiness. All he needs is just to be remotivated and reshaped into being the best version of Ja.
Correct. Starts.
There it is.
Sorry, Drew, are you behind me?
No, you're good.
Okay.
Maybe by a second, but you didn't.
Yeah.
When
When they put the next draft timer up, we can.
I'm gonna find out
synchronize.
anyways.
Fair enough. I think this is a reach personally, and
A little bit. I don't disagree.
I think it's a reach, but the same thing I've been saying. If you like him, go get him. If you think he helps you, go get him.
And I think the leadership too is a big piece.
Yeah,
That they definitely missed at that position.
culture
Exactly.
That's a
Yeah.
changed overnight.
And another D2 kid that came up, that worked his way up. Just had a fantastic season. I think he took Iowa further than they've ever been
Hold
in
up.
the tournament.
James is reporting that Memphis is trading the 16th pick, Sturts, to Oklahoma City for 2 second-round picks. Sorry, I had to interrupt you.
So he's going to the Thunder.
So he is going to the Thunder. So much for our culture reset. We're now going to have second-round picks coming into Memphis instead.
Well, all right.
I don't get that. From Memphis's standpoint, it doesn't make sense. Second-round picks aren't these.
Second-round picks are like sixth-round picks in the NFL.
Right. It's a dart throw.
What's Oklahoma City going to do with him?
Put him on the bench and let him play a minute or two a night when Shea needs a
Give
break.
him the 5 minutes when Shea's taking a breather.
Yeah, but they got AJ Mitchell. They got Nikola Topic.
How many of those guys are expensive?
And I think too this may have been triggered by Oklahoma City. They've got to move some of this salary off their books. Maybe they've got something else cooking.
That's what I'm saying. There's
OKC's playing. They're playing chess, not checkers.
They're in like chess mode, and we are.
Yeah, but see, they're up next though at 17, and Sturts was actually on a couple boards. I I think what's his name, ESPN dude, Wu. I
Yeah,
think he had Sturts going to Oklahoma City. So
he did. I would expect this.
Yeah, I would think certainly there's another move for Oklahoma City.
He did just say that. Yeah, there's. I don't know what we're doing. I don't know why we gave Bennett Sturts to Oklahoma City. They've got to move some people now.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Now, hey, what do you guys have on your draft clock?
150.
Yeah, I'm a couple seconds ahead of you, Drew.
It doesn't matter to me if you guys are ahead.
So sorry, I was tuning out to try to figure out what's going on. Sturts goes to OKC,
Okay.
and then Memphis is taking this pick.
Okay, so they just swap picks.
They swapped and then got rid of the 2 seconds. Okay, that makes sense. You dump
Wait,
a little bit more.
The no more 2 second rounders?
No, the 2 second rounders and then the pick swap.
Oh, okay.
So it sounds like OKC just dumped 2 picks that they didn't want to make.
Yeah, that's exactly what it sounds like. And they got the guy allegedly, based on some reports, that they wanted. So Memphis,
So here comes
no worse for wear. So now here comes either Phylon or Christian Anderson.
Yeah.
Long shot, I think Cameron Carr.
Yeah.
Yeah, Memphis was in a really good spot to do that and pick up a couple picks, even though they're probably worthless, because there were so many guards sitting there.
Exactly, and maybe one of the second rounds hits and becomes a role player.
Exactly.
Yeah.
They need a lot, so it makes
possible.
sense for Memphis.
Memphis needs as many opportunities as they can to strike gold.
Yeah, exactly. And there's some talent, especially, I mean, and I know we talked about Baba Miller earlier. Like, there's some talent back in the second round that we're just not going to get to tonight that could actually be like solid NBA role players.
Oh yeah, for sure. I don't know that Ajayi is going to make the first round. I don't know if Joshua Jefferson is going to make the first round.
Those were 2 guys I was thinking of. Yeah.
Yeah, Emmanuel Sharp, who arguably probably shouldn't be a first round pick, but could be a steal in the second round just because that guy's just so tough.
A guy like Uwe.
I mean, sure, yeah.
Sorry,
I
I had to give Drew something.
Yeah, I got to give him a little bit. Well, what about Richie Saunders, another guy that a lot of people at one time was kind of penciling in the first round? He should probably go pretty high second round, I would think.
Yeah.
So, yeah, this was a very deep draft. This is one of the deeper drafts that I've seen in quite some time. When you flip the page out of the first round and see some of these names, you know who they are, right? There's a lot of times that I've gone past pick 15. I'm like, who the hell is this guy?
Exactly.
Like I'm looking at the Indians in Major League.
Yeah. Being able to talk about all these college guys, just a second here on NIL and everything. This is what NIL and the portal is doing. We were seeing so many international players the last couple of years.
Yeah.
And now it's swung back to where those international guys, Wagler, for instance, or Steinbach, they're playing in the NCAA before moving up. That's a good thing for the game overall.
Oh, absolutely is. Absolutely is, because so many times we would have these guys that, in all these – because there's international leagues everywhere, literally everywhere. And you don't know who any of these people are.
Exactly.
And you as a fan, you're going, why are we drafting that guy when this guy's there? Like the college kid from the U.S. on the national championship team, or, national runner-up, Final Four roster, and you're taking all these damn Europeans. So, yeah, I think it's wildly better for the game, for the draft, everything.
Agreed.
So,
and I just want to throw out there, Wagler was not an international player. That's my bad. I don't know where that came from. So sorry about that.
Hey, Hunter, it's all right. I make shit up on here all the time. So just ask
we
Drew.
do it on purpose to see if people fact check us or something.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
We're
That's
testing
right.
the audience.
All right. So we thinking Phylon here, fellas?
I'm thinking Phylon.
Whoa.
A Corey.
No Corey.
Okay,
Well,
so hold on. That pick is now going to Detroit. And Memphis has moved back to 21, and they're picking up 3 more second-round picks.
oh man, Memphis
What's
out here
going
collecting point guards and picks like I'm not going to say it. That's too terrible. I was like
I really
Florida
like
collecting chlamydia, but that wouldn't be nice of me to say about our friends down in Gainesville.
So that's going to Detroit?
That is going to Detroit. I love that for Detroit. They are immediately going to be heavy players in the East. They already were. But
Oh yeah, that's exactly what they needed. They needed another scorer, and I like this kid. I know a lot of people probably didn't see him play a lot.
He's got game.
He does, man. He is. He can cook
he almost put Stanford in the tournament by himself.
by himself, and he's not a big dude either.
Yeah, he's just a bucket.
Yeah, absolutely. And well, I just now clicked over here. Yeah, like the dude just he's pretty ridiculous.
Yeah.
You know who he kind of reminds me of is like a Tyrese Maxey.
That's not a bad comparison.
Honestly, I like that a lot.
Floater game, fast, explosive, 3-level scorer, shifty.
Yeah.
Unique.
Kind of looks like Travis Hunter. So, he's got a lot of good comparisons going there.
Yeah, so according to Shams, that pick is moving. They haven't shown it on the screen yet, but this is just absolutely chaotic.
Well, we said
all right.
chaos is coming.
All right, so everybody drafting 18, 19 and back. Who do you want Memphis to take for you now?
Yeah.
Jeez. All right, so are the Hornets legitimately on the clock? Is this actually going to happen now?
Allegedly, for the next 2 minutes and 40 seconds, we'll
for the next 2.5 minutes or so, Charlotte's on the clock.
Here comes Memphis is going to trade in and pick here.
Memphis will trade up 2 second-round picks to get the pick for Charlotte.
Yeah.
I initially had Cameron Carr here, but at this point, everything is chaos.
Yeah, who knows now?
I mean, Phylon is my best available player still. I'm shocked that he's sitting here. I know you have LaMelo. I don't know if Phylon can play off the ball enough to be with Melo. Can Melo play off the ball? Like, I don't think those two fit together.
No, he's much better at creating his shot.
Yeah. So I think Cam Carr is probably the pick here if I'm picking.
Yeah.
Or you start talking Allen Graves, Kopete, those kinds of guys.
Allen Graves. I like the Allen Graves pick. I think he'd be perfect fit because they already have Brandon Miller, Concanippo, LaMelo.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
They got some depth guards. I like the Allen Graves pick. I like that a lot.
Graves, Senac, one of those kinds of guys. I mean, they're early, but at this point, you got to take who you can get.
Yeah, and why take a Phylon? Because it would just be a cluster.
Exactly.
Another reason I like Carr there is because I feel like, again, he could be a 2 or a 3.
Yeah. Phylon?
Cameron Carr.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, Carr, you could stretch out a little bit better. 6'5", though, is a little small, I feel like, for the 3. But, yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I hope they take Graves. I think that would actually be a great pick. And I'm not a Hornets fan, but I think he'd be a perfect fit.
Probably not a Santa Clara fan either, I'm guessing.
Almost was a huge hater. I was this shot away from being the biggest Santa Clara hater.
Yeah.
And I was there. Because it was in St. Louis. I was there.
Yeah.
Nice.
I'm sure that game aged a lot of Kentucky fans.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, there was one dude, funny story, this one dude was up next to us in the section, and he was getting so pissed throughout the game and, stomping around, yelling, kind of throwing stuff. And he left with about, I want to say about 3:30 left on the clock. And, at that time it was like, oh shit, Kentucky's going to lose. Yeah. And Ortega hits the shot. And funny enough, dude was jacked, okay? And he had a jersey on. So, like, muscles are showing. He flipped his hat around 10 different times. And he comes running back when Ortega hits the shot. He's like, holy shit. And, all Kentucky fans are screaming. And he's like, who hit the shot? Like, he didn't even see or realize who hit that shot. And,
wow.
That whole moment, the highs and lows of it, Graves hitting that shot, and then Ortega banks it into overtime. It was just crazy. I'm just glad we won, because I would have been the biggest Santa Clara hater of all time, just like I am at Oakland and St. Peter's.
Okay. Yeah, fair enough.
But Graves is a damn good player, especially watching him in person. You're like, oh, we're going to have a field day with this guy athleticism-wise, but so smart. We obviously know he's an analytics darling.
For sure.
But, he was actually very impressive in person. I was shocked at actually, like, how good and, like, efficient, smart he was. That's why I think this pick would be great for the Hornets, and he would fit right into, like, what they already have roster-wise. And I think also for the future as well.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, so Christian Anderson makes sense. I mean, you go grab what you think is the best available player. You figure out on the back end. I don't see why take another guard. Why take another point guard, especially an undersized one like Anderson is.
All right, so that's going to bring us to Toronto. And if things hold serve for Canada, they will botch this horribly.
Okay, I just had a thought come into my mind, and I'm going to say it. If Memphis takes JQ at 21, can we just, like, relegate them and, like, boost Michigan or somebody up in their spot?
I think it's fair.
That would be just absolutely chaotic.
Yeah. Do you think there's a chance San Antonio would take him?
I would love that. I've been preaching that for 2 weeks.
Yeah, it would make sense.
Yeah.
What's Toronto? I mean, I had Toronto slated to take Anderson. Do they take Philon here?
Probably. I had them taking a Corey, so it would make perfect sense. Yeah, it makes perfect sense for Philon. I think it's a guard for sure. I think it. Hunter, what do you think at this point in the draft? I kind of think Philon's a steal now.
I would agree. I would have had him. Like, if he was taken 12th or 13th, I would have understood.
Yeah, I would understand him going in the lottery range.
But to fall this far, I'm really surprised. I saw him play a bunch this year, and I was really impressed. So again,
I had to see him play a bunch too.
Up in the draft process.
Yeah, there's got to be something that I don't know that we're not privy to, or something that the NBA values that he doesn't have. I don't know what that is. 6'3" point guard seems like a good number.
Yeah, to me, he seems pretty prototypical.
Maybe interviewed weird. I don't know. I'm just guessing.
And then because Detroit had it, they traded, so that would take Detroit out of the picture, I would think.
Yeah.
For him. Trying to see if there's anything in any of the write-ups that player profiles that would. The only thing it even would remotely suggest he could fall is the fact that he worked out for Minnesota sometime last week. And, of course, they picked 27, 28, something like that. They're pretty far down. I don't know what that would have to do with anything, though.
Do they have a first? I don't even see them on my like draft board.
Did I make that up? I could be making shit up too. Minnesota draft 28th.
Okay, now they're reporting the trade news.
Oh, we got a trade.
No, we don't. It's the one that with the Memphis. 5 first-round picks to move back 5 spots. That's, I mean, for a team that needs to build for the future, that's kind of impressive.
And they got the 21st pick.
And the 21st pick. That is
the 5 spots, and then that's it. That's crazy.
That's who in the hell are they trying to get then?
Like I said, if they take JQ, they don't get those picks. They just get relegated.
For real.
I don't think Memphis would take JQ.
No.
If they did all that to get freaking Boozer and Boozer and JQ, that would be crazy.
Yeah.
This has got to be Phylon.
Surely to goodness.
I mean, team needs perimeter scoring and a playmaker.
So LeBaron Phylon.
See LeBaron Phylon if you're looking that up in the dictionary.
I mean, you have Ingram, Barrett, Barnes. You add Phylon there, you're in a much it fits way too well.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Manuel Quickly, I believe. I mean, the Raptors are not that bad.
Yeah.
With their roster, I don't know how they're not much better.
You know,
they should be competing in the Eastern Conference.
Yeah. And you know, they were playing pretty well there for a stretch.
Yeah.
But they play don't they play a little slower pace?
Yeah, I think so. Their 5 positions a little wacky.
Yeah. Well, business will pick up if LeBaron Phylon lands.
Yeah.
Now I'm starting to wonder if Lopez is going to go first round.
I saw some mocks that had him later in the 20s, and I liked that a little bit better. I mean, I feel like he's just such an unknown commodity at a highly competitive level.
I've seen him pretty broad range, anywhere from as high as like 13, 14, all the way to late 20s.
I think the one thing that probably hurts him is he's like the only international guy.
Correct. Alan Graves to Toronto.
Completely, which is a great pick. Don't get me wrong, but that is completely silly to me.
Yeah, I agree.
He's a really good pick. Don't get me wrong.
He is. He's a great pick. I just don't understand I don't understand it. Which is fine. I mean, because I prefaced this with the way Canadian sports history has gone over the last several months. They will screw this up. I know Rando's a big fan of Graves.
Hey. Take it away. That's a bucket. Sorry about it. Great shot. Just wasn't good enough. I don't know. I don't understand this pick. Y'all just said it. I'm curious how he translates to the NBA. I know you all think it's a great pick, but
especially there,
not super athletic.
Well, I think he's a good player. I don't think it's a great pick.
Agree. Yeah. Agreed.
He's the type of player that needs a point guard. That's why I was screaming the Hornets. Like LaMelo would have been awesome, around LaMelo and Brandon Miller and those guys.
I thought he'd been a great fit in Philly.
Yeah, that would have been great too. Maxey, you got Embiid, causing issues.
I'm just Philly or San Antonio. I think would probably where I was kind of seeing him fall into place.
And the Spurs aren't going to take Phylon because they're already loaded at guard.
Yeah, and at this point, whoever takes him, unless there's a trade, whoever takes him, he's going to be a bench.
Memphis at 21.
Memphis traded all the way back from 16 to 21, grabbed 5 picks, and still get Phylon. They won. They might beat OKC for winning the draft.
I'll put them at 2, but they're right there. Yeah, but they're right there.
So Memphis is picking 21 now?
Yeah. And they got like 5 picks.
Oh, goodness. All right, well, San
and they'll
Antonio
probably get
here, fellas.
I'm assuming – I'm just jumping on here. I'm assuming there was no job movement.
No.
No, all they did was they pick swap from 16 to 17 and then 17 to 21 and added 5 second-round picks in the process.
Yeah, they drafted 3 teams' players that they wanted, shuffled them off, and took a bunch of draft picks back. So,
Yep.
So while waiting on the Spurs pick, how did the consensus lottery pick go?
For the lottery, we went 9 and 5. We got more of the players correct that were drafted, just didn't get them in the right spot. And it's really Dusty May's fault. Had Dusty May not come in there and screwed up everything, all of our picks were like whatever pick we had was like the next pick.
Yes.
So it's Dusty May's fault.
Well, I mean, that was one hell of a reach for him. And
I feel like it was.
Pick,
that was about 3 or 4, maybe 5 picks too quick. Yep.
Yeah, I mean, Mora at 9, him being the best center in this draft tells you, I think, what the center position is. Maybe he's going to be great. But I don't know if I'm Dusty May in that spot. We talked about it. I think the Axel pick to the Warriors makes more sense. But I mean, you got a guy who come in right now. I know the Mavs are a young team, but I think if I was going to reach, I would have reached for Yaxel there instead of Johnson. But we'll see. I guess it's who do you think fits better with Flag and Kyrie?
Yeah.
I think the best center potential in the draft. I'll still go out on the limb and say it's Jaden Quaintance if he's even a 5.
I think this may be his home right here.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
First take him here.
I think it'd be a great pick.
Yeah, because
if he can stay healthy, I mean, we've seen the potential. He can be great. I just have concerns like I do with Peterson and some of the other guys. He's
also still so young as well that I know he seems at times like, a kind of a he is what he is type of player of like an athletic rim running big, but he's still like, let's also be real with the fact that if he was healthy, he maybe would have been a top 10 pick tonight.
Yeah.
Potentially.
And Kentucky might have been a lot better last year.
Yeah. Hopefully.
I mean, definitely would have been. Definitely would have been. We don't beat St. John's without him.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, that was the only flash we really got.
Yeah.
Because the next 2 games he played after that, you could tell he was bothered and or not in shape.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, overall, ESPN is saying that Karam Lopez is the best available player on the board, followed by Phylon and then Sanak.
Interesting.
Yeah. And, we don't know a lot about Lopez. I only know about Lopez what I've read and a handful of highlights. And apparently this kid is like the best basketball player to ever come out of Mexico.
Yeah.
Playing professionally at 14, 15 years old, some kind of ridiculous,
Something like that.
Phenom talent. So I don't know what I don't know what to make of it. I don't know what NBA folks teams, scouts, whatever, haven't really said a lot. So I don't really know what to think about that. But
I don't know. I mean, people that have seen him play a lot more than we have probably,
Yeah.
like, hopefully whoever drafts him actually knows what they're getting into. But if he's that good, then he's worth a flyer in the late first. If he's got
but the fact, and I say all that to say, the fact that Phylon and Cam Carr both are sitting there on this board with a whole bunch of really good college, but who knows what they're going to be pro prospects in the front court is kind of silly to me.
Yeah, this has got to be Sinak, in my opinion, Sinak or Acquaintance.
I think so. I think they get a big.
They needed a 4. I said it during the series.
Yeah, a stretch big.
They're too
Stretch
small.
big would be perfect.
Yeah.
JQ to the Spurs.
I think so. I think it's JQ.
It is official.
I-
Mark Pope has his first round draft pick. Shout out.
There it is. I actually really like that pick, and
Yeah.
it makes a lot of sense all the way around.
I thought as long as they weren't scared off by the injury, that
If anybody can
this
afford
would be a
to
good. This would be where I thought he was going to go. Can we count that one as a win?
We'll count it as a win.
Okay.
And if
Just
any
asking.
team can afford the risk of injury, it's the Spurs right now. I mean, they're so good without him.
Oh
They're
yeah.
like, he's hurt and it's time to rehab. They've got time for it.
Yeah, they don't have to throw him out right now.
Yeah, and defensively, could be a monster.
Correct.
They don't have to rely on him for scoring. He can just go out there and guard, play defense, protect the lane.
Absolutely.
What does Detroit do? Oh, no, I'm sorry. This is
Memphis. That's got to be
this is
5.
Memphis pick.
It's got to be.
It's got to be five.
Got to be
Yeah, it's gotta be
Phylon.
Phylon.
If it's not Phylon, then I don't know anything.
I mean, you don't know anything, anyways. None of us.
Thank you.
LeBaron, Phylon, and then we see before the season starts a Ja Morant movement.
Yeah, they'll have to give him away for a used, hair dryer or something. But they just need to cut ties. Like, they just need to cut bait and move on, and let him be somebody else's problem.
Correct.
Well, I'll say this: that first round all-time list, Kentucky's not giving it up to Duke just yet after JQ got selected. So good for that. Now, will we hold on to it in the future? I'm not so sure.
I don't think you want to. I honestly, and we can get into this later in the offseason, I do not think that the way to win and be successful in college is to line up all of these first-round draft picks like Kentucky has historically done.
No, but I think I'll still die on the hill by saying you still need 1 or 2 of them.
Oh, fair. I mean, look at Michigan this year. It's not like you can't but UK has always been that factory that you want to churn out 5 or whatever it is. That's not the way anymore. So
also, Rando's talked about it. I don't think that's Mark Pope's style either.
Definitely.
Yeah, I mean, he's got one coming in next year, right? You imagine Ryan is going to be a lottery pick or first-round pick coming out. And then you see, I mean, does Milan have first-round potential in him if he can get something, right now, jump shooter, can score in the paint, not super athletic. If he can even take a glimpse of what Kobe did towards the end of his season and put that, what the potential for Milan is right now of what, a late second-round pick, I could see him being a back-end first-round guy.
Yeah.
I agree.
And Malachi.
Oh, Malachi for sure, yeah.
Malachi's your lottery pick next year.
Yeah, I think so too.
I'm glad.
But I think Milan can just because of his size and the way he shoots. Those are two things that you can't teach size. And the league is all about scoring and 3-pointers.
Correct.
So
Yeah.
he could easily go to a team like Boston or somebody that they just want a guy that can spot up and shoot. Not saying that's all he is, Rando. Don't get mad at me.
Well, I think you have to if you're Pope and Milan, you got to figure out how you can really spend some good minutes at that 4 spot in SEC play, because he's a great shooter, but he's not super athletic, and he's an okay defender, not great defender. If he can play the 4 spot in the league, he's going to be less likely to get, exposed on defense, right? Because he's a big, like you said, he's a big body. You're not going to be able to just back him down, overpower him in the paint, but you can certainly at that 3 spot take him outside, and break him down that way and beat him off the dribble. So if Pope and Milan can figure out how to show that he can play great minutes at that 4 spot, especially in league play, I think that'll elevate his draft stock too.
Yeah, that's a good point. I wrote the timestamp down at 2 minutes or 2 hours, 20 minutes and 30 seconds that you actually said something reasonable. So maybe I can go back and clip that or quote that or something.
It's one of many to come.
I'll take
let's
the
get
under on
Phylon
that.
the board.
Yeah.
I'm starting to feel bad for the dude.
Yeah,
me too.
yeah. He's starting to look like Will Levis out there now. So
Is this
What?
a Nate Oates problem?
Well,
This is probably a LeBaron Phylon issue if he's fallen, or just the weirdness of a draft.
it could be that.
As
Could
we
just
talk
be
about Nate Oates always having great guards, but unless I'm not thinking clearly, they don't seem to be highly drafted. They do great, but they always seem to be in this spot, right, where they fall late first round or even get into the second round.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's
You're
a
not
fair
wrong.
point.
Yeah.
So, especially if he's not interviewing well or whatnot, it's like part of the whole college basketball
Sure.
experience is to mature a little bit, to understand basketball IQ, kind of open up a little bit. And if he's like, dog, I just go out there and chuck up threes, and
Yeah.
then they ask me to play defense like once every 20 possessions, and they're like, no, that's
I mean,
not gonna work.
is Latrell Sprewell the last good NBA player out of Alabama, guard out of Alabama? Has there been anybody else?
I don't know, but they can
I
bring
can't
back
think of anybody.
the data as Sprewells. I would definitely rock those things.
Colin Sexton,
Colin
Oh,
Sexton.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's fair. Yeah.
but I mean he's not great.
there he is,
No.
Karim Lopez to the Detroit Pistons.
That's Memphis.
No,
Oh,
Memphis.
Memphis. I'm sorry, I keep
That
screwing
text-
that up.
Sorry, I wasn't.
Why
like,
not
trying
just
to-
change it on the? Why not change on the TV screen for me, man?
Because
I'm
the NBA
scared
hates
of
us.
this. Yeah. Oh, they just added it to the right side there.
I had Lopez to Memphis at 16, so I don't hate it, but I just don't get what they're doing here. They need
But
a point
Filan's
guard.
not going to Philly. We know that. They got
No.
too many guards. He's not going there.
I'm
Atlanta.
not sure he would go to Detroit.
Atlanta already took Kingston Fleming. Although that would be electric backcourt.
Yeah,
I will say LeBaron Filan meets the Trae Young, but they might want to get away from that whole style of play in general.
Yeah.
you could put Phylon off the ball though, I think, and play Flemings at 1, and Phylon could slide to 2, I think, and they would be fine.
And again, you wouldn't necessarily need LeBaron Filan to be like a right off the jump stud. He could kind of
Correct.
grow into it.
I mean, somebody's got to want shooting at some point. Does New York take him?
I mean, maybe Philly just does take him and try to load up on talent and see if.
I think there's a pretty good chance they do.
Yeah, I mean, they obviously have Maxey and VJ, but shoot, who's to say they all three can't play together?
Well, I was going to say, why not I go the small lineup and
I mean, those three, Paul George, Embiid, that's not a bad group.
or whoever's backing up Embiid.
Yeah.
That's
I bust on Chet and him needing to get traded. 76ers got to find a way to move Embiid. They won't be able to, I don't think, but
yeah, not for his value. They would lose that trade because a healthy Embiid is still number 2 center in the league, and the problem is his availability, and nobody's probably going to give up what you should get back for him because of his health injuries.
Yeah, you have a better chance of finding a female Sasquatch than you would finding Joel Embiid playing more than 3 games at a time.
The greatest was him getting like stretched out in 4 different ways in the playoffs. On this, like, what are you doing?
Yeah,
Honestly, the best place for him upcoming would be 27 in Boston.
But they still got, like, does Boston have a move in them, or they decide not to get, like, they're just going to roll with Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum?
I think that's to be determined.
Yeah, they're trying to move Brown, it sounds like.
Yeah, I think
So maybe
tried to
replace his.
Yeah, I think they have. Well, they don't have a great point guard option. I mean, Peyton Pritchard's a beast, but
LeBaron Fallon's got a big smile on his face right now, so that might mean y'all are right. And
Yeah,
Sixers are just
I think you
stacking up
might
on
be
best
right.
available.
Well, we said at the top of the show he would be undervalued in this draft. So
it says overall depth. I mean, he brings depth.
Yeah. And I mean, he could develop a little bit and wouldn't have to just be thrust into starting automatically. It makes sense.
yeah,
Was it Cameron Caraval at one point?
Yeah,
you didn't have to bring that up.
he didn't play much though, did he?
Yeah, he was a little bit buried in the depth chart. So I get why he transferred, but man, would it have been nice to have him
Last year.
True, boy. That's all we were missing.
We would not be clowning y'all about no Final Fours right now if you had Carr on that roster.
If we had Cam Carr had stayed and he was our 2, because we didn't replace him. That was the whole issue.
Yeah.
B&T from off season to preseason, non-con through conference play, we lamented the entire time. We don't have a 2.
Yeah.
And that would have solved everything.
Yeah, it's similar to Kentucky when we lost to Caden Lewis. We tried but never could replace that point guard.
Yeah.
Jalen Lowe goes down and the whole thing falls apart.
Hey, Sanak would be a really good pick here for Philly too. They could use a 4.
That's kind of the piece they're missing, isn't it? Don't you think, Drew?
Yeah, I think so.
I mean, other than a very reliable, solid backup center, I think that's the one piece
they have Andre
need.
Drummond. They have Andre Drummond.
Phylon is just cheesing hard right now, so you got to think.
The camera's not leaving him either.
Yeah.
It's been on him the last couple picks, but not like this.
Yeah, his entire demeanor's changed from all the other times we've seen him on camera tonight. So that I think it's a great move by them. I'm just surprised he lasted.
Same. I'm sure Philadelphia is thinking the same thing too.
Yeah.
They're probably like, damn, we can get this dude at freaking 22.
If this, this has to be LeBaron Phylon. Look,
Yeah, he's cheesing way too hard.
He's got no poker face. He's like, "Yep, I'm finally off the board now."
Yeah, cameraman tried. I appreciate the effort.
Yeah.
But yeah, so now you go Maxey.
Yep.
And VJ's a bigger guard, right? He's 6'4", 6'5".
5, yeah, around there.
So he could probably play the 3.
He could.
Or do or is he your 6th man and you roll still Paul George at the 3? Maybe. I think it's probably time for Paul George to take on that Vince Carter role and I'm gonna be the 6th man, come off the bench and give it to VJ because that's when he's gonna be truly an asset. I don't know if he's got that in him. But yep, there it is.
There it is.
Sure, they did.
I like that.
Yeah, that's a great pick.
Yeah, I think that's one where if you're in the draft room, you're like, we probably didn't think he was going to be here, and we just take it because he could potentially be a stud. May not be exactly what we need team construction wise. We can figure that out later on in the draft.
Oh yeah,
or in
I
free
mean,
agency.
I think he was the best guy on the board. Period.
Yeah.
So regardless of position, regardless of unless you just had a glaring need somewhere, this had to be the guy.
I mean, I would have taken the odds on him getting picked in the top 10 than him falling out of the 20s.
Same.
Yeah, I could see somebody reaching because I think he probably was in that 12 to 15, maybe 16, 17, somewhere in that mid-teen range was I
But
felt
to
like
me-
appropriate for him.
Yeah, but I said it. Like, there's a chance he's the best point guard out of this draft class, and there's been 5 picked ahead of him. Because his size, his ball ability, his scoring ability, passing ability, he's so fast, gets in the paint. I mean, paint touches are everything as a point guard in the NBA, and he's elite at that. And it's an isolation game, and he is an elite isolation player.
Oh yeah, 100%. We all saw the sting of that.
Yeah.
All right, so
Now
do we
can finally
legit
talk-
have Atlanta making this pick, or is that
As of now, it should be Atlanta.
should be Atlanta? Okay.
And they have Fleming's already.
Yeah, they got to go big here.
Honestly, the perfect fit for them, and he fits right into what they're doing, is Sinak. Long, athletic,
Yeah, I think so too.
versatile, strong, defensive-minded dude. He would fit right in.
And I think a lot of people probably have Sinak going before now anyway.
I had Sinak going to San Antonio.
Yeah, another good one for him would be the next pick to the Knicks. I think he would fit really good into the Knicks. They don't need any more scoring. If they need to improve on anything, it would be defense and probably rebounding. It sounds like they're going to lose Mitchell Robinson this offseason as well.
Uh-huh.
So, improving some of that stuff. I think Sinak goes within the next 2.
I'd agree.
Yeah, I think it makes the most sense for Atlanta because they got to have a big, and I still think it's Vassar and Terrace Reed. I still think it's too early. I still think there's better. I think there's better talent, better front court talent.
I think that's
Jaipur for me is kind of the wild card.
Yeah,
I thought he was first round talent from what I saw from him this past season.
Who was that?
Or Jaipur for St. John's.
Yeah,
Ejiofor.
Zuby, yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
I think he'll go. I had him mocked at 30, so I don't think it's out of the question that he goes. He's just older.
Yeah.
And then, of course, Koa Pete still sitting on the
Cameron Carr would also be a great pick here to Atlanta.
Yeah, I'm looking at the Lakers for Cameron Carr, right? Because if they decide to keep LeBron, or LeBron's decide to stay, they probably have to move Rui, right? And that would be a decent.
Reeves will be gone.
Yeah. So now they're best to just move on from the King, right? And let him go to Cleveland or something, or team up with Curry if you believe Wendy when he Windhorst saying that he might go out to Northern California. But I don't know what Cameron Carr's 3-point percentage is. That's one thing. Rui has definitely elevated his game. He can stretch the floor pretty well.
Yeah. I kind of had
sleeper. I think the
Pete
Lakers
penciled
have.
into the Lakers, though. I don't know what
Who's
that's
that?
going to. I said I had Pete kind of penciled in for the Lakers.
Carr was a 37 3-point shooter, so not bad at all. That'd be a good pick.
And going to get better looks in the NBA with how they space the floor.
Yeah.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
This draft I thought it was going to shake up a lot. This thing shook up even more than I kind of anticipated. That Mraz Johnson pick threw a lot of things off.
That derailed the train right there.
In the Memphis debacle, what they're trading back, and got confused for a little bit.
Yeah. They were like Oprah there for a minute. You get a point guard, and you get a point guard, and you get a point guard. That'll be 2 second-round picks, please.
Draft pick.
Yeah, 2 second-round draft picks, please.
It's kind of
did y'all talk about Acuff to Sacramento and how they're not next year or the year after, but you talk about 3-4 years from now they keep stacking this team, they're going to be something.
Yeah, still got Malik Monk, Sabonis still there. Trying to think who else they got.
Have you guys heard? Speaking of, have you heard any trade rumors on Sabonis?
No, but that would be
trying to get him.
That would be an interesting one.
Yeah, I've heard his name pop up a couple teams, and I can't remember who it was that are, quote, expected to go after him pretty hard. And I don't. Let me see if I can find that real quick.
You know who maybe would be one would be Boston.
Yeah.
Although I don't know if Jaylen Brown would want to stay in Sacramento. Maybe he would. But because he wants his own team. He wants his own team. And how many organizations are open for him to go have his own team?
Milwaukee made so much sense. They just couldn't get it done, obviously.
Hey, shout out Hammer. Zuby Ejiofor going to the Atlanta Hawks.
Wow. They needed another big.
They're going to be elite defensively with him and Flemings. They have drafted on the defensive side.
They already are too. So they just got even better.
Well, now they have. I mean, think about it. We talked about it was joking a little bit, but we said, hey, the second best team in the East might be the Hawks because of what they did to the Knicks. And now they have someone who can go right at Karl Anthony Towns defensively.
Yeah.
Now, he's very limited offensively. You know, I don't.
He's just athletic enough to catch an oop or do stuff, but he's not doing anything if it's not within 5 feet of the rim.
Right.
Yeah.
What guards are still in play here? Because I know you have Brunson. Hart is a great glue guy, but he can't do much offensively.
Honestly,
Olivero or who's the came off the bench? Alvarado. Sorry, Olivero. Alvarado. I think you probably need some depth at that backup point guard spot, but I just don't know if who's available still.
Yeah. I think Sinak's the right pick for them. Probably another big forward rebounder defense. They're elite offensively already, and like I just said, I think Mitchell Robinson's going to be gone in free agency.
They're trading this pick. They're moving back. They swapped with LA.
The Knicks did?
Yeah.
Who the hell's
you got that?
Who is worth trading up for?
Lakers might want Cameron Carr. If they're going to lose Reeves, they might want Cameron Carr.
But they need a big.
Yeah, but
like they desperately need a big. I thought sure they would go big.
I don't think they can get a good one out of the draft, though. They're going to have to get one trade or free agency.
I mean, Sinak and the Star are still there. If they like either of them, it's worth trading up, especially if you just have to dump a second round or whatever.
Is this really better than DeAndre Ayton, though?
No.
That's a good point, Hunter. Maybe they need to dump. Maybe they need to dump a pick, or they need to dump some.
Sam's tweets are making me mad tonight. He needs to tell us what they're doing. He's just like saying they're swapping picks. He's not giving like all of the details like he normally does.
Pretty cool screen they got.
Yeah.
How's the overall coverage been of the draft?
I haven't had the volume on, but it's been pretty smooth.
Yeah.
I don't see Stephen A. Smith on there to ruin it, so it's probably been pretty good.
Does
Well,
he have
Jay Billis is there.
Billis was on, unfortunately.
Yeah, I think we've done a better job than they have, quite honestly.
I would not be surprised.
Better talent on this panel than on theirs.
Yeah, when Jay Billis is
Especially
on
y'all started hot with the picks. Y'all started hot with the picks. I was listening in.
Yeah, we would have had a lot
eight,
better outcome had Dusty May not screwed it up.
Exactly.
Idiot.
I imagine that deal was screwed not only for our program, but also for like the league as the whole, because they all are like, I'm sure everybody's talking to people.
Oh yeah,
I want to go that, and then Dusty May. Now I know, Hunter, you said that he's been pretty much working the deal for about a week, but did the rest of the league know, or did they kind of keep it hush? As like
they
So like the Mavs knew, but everybody else, they get the news like, oh no, this is like that shook up their draft board too. So they're probably scrambling last minute.
Correct. Oh yeah.
The funny thing is when the Thunder picked Ade Mara, Dusty was celebrating. I said he's not going to be doing that very much in about 8 months when they're competing in the playoffs. And
Mara's dominating Johnson.
Yeah, he's gonna be questioning a lot of life decisions whenever that happens.
Yeah, I cannot believe.
So if we're going off the same LeBaron Philon and facial expressions with the cameraman, Cameron Carr does not look the same way LeBaron Philon did after the trade.
He's got that Will Levis look about him right now. So
yeah.
Without something sitting next to him to keep him company.
Yeah. And taking his TV time.
Yeah. Man,
I don't know what the Lakers do here. I don't know what these next two teams do with the Lakers and the Knicks. They really could go like 3 different ways.
If they take either Vassar or
Cameron Carr, he just got a good poker face. Going to the Lakers.
I like the pick.
Yeah.
Hammer, this is when you say shout out Rando, like I said shout out Hammer. I'm waiting for it whenever you are ready.
Good call, Brando.
It's an explosive guy. If you're losing Reeves, especially, like, it makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that may be a telltale sign of.
If they move on from Austin Reeves and potentially Rui and whoever else to keep LeBron James for one more final season, sorry.
They don't
Lakers
deserve to win if they do that.
They're not a serious franchise, man.
Yeah.
Correct.
Well, Austin Reeves is a free agent, and it's kind of funny, but the Nets could have offered him a max deal, and then Julius Randle getting traded there last night shook that up, so they can't even offer him a max deal anymore. The Lakers just have a lot of decisions to make.
Yeah. They're so deep in the LeBron wormhole. They've got to get out.
Yeah. I think they're in trouble, quite honestly.
Yeah.
I think they're in for a very long season, and it couldn't happen to a better franchise.
Oh, he went 6 for 20 in his little combine scrimmage. Or I'm sorry, 6 for 12 from 3. So you can definitely stretch the floor.
Yeah. Yeah, he does everything that you want in an NBA guard.
Also, how did him and Tunde, how were they so bad last year? Like, that's crazy.
Yeah, to have as much talent as they did collectively to be so poor, that was kind of head scratching.
Them in Washington.
Scott Drew's a scam artist, is what it is.
Well,
he went on a run in, what was it, 2021?
Yeah.
He won the championship and convinced everybody he was a great coach.
Yeah, he kind of convinced me he was a good coach.
In a COVID season?
Yeah, he won the Natty there. He's a good coach. I think that the game might have passed him up a little bit. Kentucky fans have to be thankful that he didn't come to Lexington.
Hunter, I have to tell you a story that is 100% true. It is 1,000% true. It's not fabricated at all. So when Scott Drew was rumored to Kentucky, at the time, I was doing like this podcast stuff with other folks, and we were doing a space, and I was like, you know what? Let me try something. This is where I got into like the plane tracking thing, and I did it for a long time. I've stopped it now because it's kind of creepy. But I went and looked at the tail numbers for UK planes, saw that it was going to Waco, and saw the time that it was coming back to Lexington, landing in Bluegrass. So I put it out there. The tweet went out there. Everybody was reposting it, and all the Kentucky fans showed up to meet Scott Drew in Lexington to the point where they couldn't land the plane. What we didn't know is it wasn't Scott Drew. It was his family who were coming here at Vaughn, to check it out. And they had to go land in Louisville. And the story goes, I don't know this part to be true, but I was told that his wife was so freaked out, and his family was so freaked about how ridiculous Kentucky fans were that she was like, we're not leaving Waco. We're staying right here in Baylor.
Yeah, that happened. Like the white part, yes.
Yeah. So you say that Kentucky fans should be happy we didn't get Scott Drew. Kentucky fans should be thanking Big Blue Rando we didn't get Scott Drew.
It's all your fault, or all your happening. You did it all. Well done.
Yeah,
because that's how I went from
never happened in Waco.
Yeah, that's how I went from 300 followers to I'm still a very small piece, but because I just was like, well, this is easy. I found out that Kentucky was going to New York to talk to Dan Hurley before it happened, because I Google search, where's Dan Hurley's agent? Right here. Oh, the plane's landing right here. Yeah. Let's put 2 and 2 together, and boom. Next thing you know, we were reporting he was getting offered $11 million to say no. Yeah. So
Dan Hurley
saying okay.
No,
we have the Mark Pope. We have
Mark Pope with the beard. You're good.
Yes, almost as good as Hunter Sanson with the beard.
Hopefully,
not quite.
What's your take?
So now this is
your pick.
This is the Knicks pick.
Yeah, this is the Knicks. You got to take CNAC here.
I think it's CNAC. Yeah.
It's weird though. They traded the picks and cash. That was the only thing that changed hands for the trade. And especially if they picked CNAC, why did that make sense? Why? Who gave the money away and why?
Yeah, I don't understand flipping spots and.
They're talking about the move now. I still don't understand.
Yeah, they're talking about.
Was it a couple grand difference in salary at that spot? I do not understand what just happened.
Well, the Lakers moved up, so I'm assuming they were the one that gave cash to the Knicks.
Yeah.
I don't know. If you give cash away, does it give you more money on your salary cap? I don't.
What do you give him? $10,000 or?
Yeah, that's what I'm not. Coupons? What is the value here?
All it said was cash considerations. Again, Shams is letting us down by not tweeting specifics tonight. He's not.
I think he's trying to be careful, because remember last year he did the pick tip thing and people did not like it.
Yeah,
not like it. But guess what? It landed him a job at ESPN, so good for you, buddy.
Exactly.
So the Lakers are making this pick. Is that correct?
Yes.
I still think it's a front court player.
Yeah.
Well, the Knicks are making the pick. So the Lakers are picking, but it's for the Knicks.
Correct.
Here we go. It's in.
Cenac, Vassar.
OKC just traded for Sturts.
No, that was earlier.
Oh, okay. That happened earlier.
Yeah, you missed so much.
Yeah.
I was like, what in the world?
That was the whole Grizzlies debacle.
Okay. Sergio De La Rey, forward out of Spain, going to the New York Knickerbockers.
Who?
Sergio De La Rey.
Was that
Again,
dude
who?
Y'all don't know who the hell that is. Quit acting like you just won the lottery or something.
Yeah,
It's on my
know
screen.
Rodriguez.
He is super athletic from what I'm learning right now. He's an excellent shooter. That's what they tell you on the screen. I like the black and orange basketball they play with. Pretty dope. But they say he's a forward, but then he was listed from his Spaniard days as a guard. So he's a good tweener right there. But this doesn't fix your Mitchell Robinson problem.
No.
Also, I didn't see this man in any mocks for the first round.
Yeah, I never even heard of that dude.
Why trade up? Or trade, like, why make the trade to do this?
Yeah, I saw him on a couple mocks in the first round. I didn't give it a lot of thought, to be quite honest. Yeah, somebody had him going to Minnesota. Somebody had him going to Dallas with the final pick. Let's see.
That's crazy.
So now, who's falling out of the second or into the second round? Isaiah Evans?
Yeah,
I think it's looking that way.
I didn't understand him in the first round, anyways.
Same.
Especially the green room.
Yeah. Yes. That's going to suck for him. He's got to sit there all night. Especially with no second round tonight. You're just stuck sitting there and then have the whole day. Sorry, Hammer. What's
So
up?
could Koa Pete potentially fall out of the first round now? Because
He should.
I would agree he should. If you think Amit, or I think Amit should have come back, he absolutely should have come back to the NCAA.
yeah,
Oh, yeah. Cole Pete 100% should have.
yeah.
I mean, from before the combine, during the combine, it's a big possibility he falls into the second round. And I was surprised that the writing was on the wall. He was going to stay because of Arizona's push for Milan, and all of a sudden they had this newfound money, right? So it seemed like he was going to stay. But I think he's a good player, especially in college. I mean, he was candidate for National Player of the Year, but he's not an NBA guy yet. He's just
Correct.
he's not big enough to be your true just in the paint center or forward, and he's not athletic enough or can't shoot well enough to be like a stretch four.
Yeah.
I'll be honest, too. I'm looking at the best available prospects. How is Otega Owe so far down? I see like 10.
Shot though. You need to be able to shoot in the NBA.
I know, but he can make them. It's not like he can't.
Yeah,
make
the shots go in. I think it's his age. I think the fact that there's some question marks around his offensive game.
Like Bruce Thornton, Tyler Nickel, Ugo, Toby Owaka. Like you're taking those guys over Otega Owe?
No, and I also, in my personal opinion, is once you get past the first round, I think even once you get past the first 20,
it doesn't matter.
it's all like, who knows?
I just find that
Like
crazy.
you get La Barrera guy that just who? Like, guess what? He's a first round draft pick.
Alex Caravan. I know he's a winner. He had a hell of a career, but
Yes.
what is he going to do in the NBA?
Yeah, what is any
I don't know how to explain
Gonzaga
it.
player not named John Stockton done in the NBA?
Yeah.
It's I don't know.
What's Drew Timmy doing nowadays?
Yeah. Like there's some
He's like barely on the Nets roster.
Is he on LinkedIn or is he on a roster somewhere?
he may be both. He may be one of those guys like back in the old days they had to work, part-time jobs
Yes.
in the off season.
Otega right now is the 35th best available prospect.
No, he's not. I know it says that, but he's not.
Yeah, but it's crazy to me.
I think if he can go in the second round, if he can get drafted, that does a lot for Pope. I think he was just going to be a downhill bruiser, no shot at going to the NBA. He comes back, comes back, and now he is asked to be the primary ball handler, scorer, all the things, and get into a. I mean, it says a lot about him too. Don't get me wrong; it says a lot about Otega Oweh and his personality. But I think a lot of that has to do with the basketball mind of Mark Pope.
Nuggets. I think this is one extreme or the other. I think they get a guard or they get one of the two bigs that are left.
I don't know who it was in the long sleeve shirt, but he's sitting there going like, "What?" He's giving them. What are we doing? That is not a draft room. That is simpatico at the moment.
Yeah.
Catherine clapping. He's like, "What the hell?"
Yeah.
They're like, dude, shut up. You're a janitor.
You've got to take the best available, and that's
Yeah, I mean, well, you got obviously Murray and Joker, Aaron Gordon, who's back into his career,
Cam
Johnson.
Josh Jefferson would be an interesting name here. Might be a little stretch, especially with like Cenac sitting there, but it's possible.
Yeah.
Or if Pete's going to go, this is a nice spot for Pete.
I kind of thought they would go for one of the two centers this late, but I also didn't expect Cenac to be there.
Yeah. I think Cenac would be a pretty good pick for them. Nuggets could use like a good 2 as well.
That's what I was thinking, but Malik Thomas is the guy.
Malik Thomas would be the only one, right?
Isaiah Evans and Malik Thomas are your two.
I don't hate that though. If they take either of them.
Yeah.
Terrence Reed Jr. There's your center, Hammer.
Yep.
That's crazy. He's a first round pick. I grew up playing with that kid.
Really?
Yeah.
That's awesome. That's interesting. Over Vasar or some of the other guys that were left?
Maybe just better fits for them, like Bruiser.
I like Reed better than Vasar, honestly.
But for the Nuggets?
I do, but I just don't know enough about the Nuggets.
I just think they need somebody to take some minutes off of Jokic.
And Reed's a winner, and he's going to help protect the rim. So, I mean, it makes sense.
And he's a gamer, too. He's double tough. He's not afraid to initiate or take contact.
Yeah.
He's aggressive on the boards. I like his game. I was pretty impressed with him at UConn.
I was too. I've watched him for way too much. Just bully Xavier. That being said, he's going to San Antonio.
Who is?
Denver just traded that pick, so Reed, to San Antonio for the 35th and 2 future second-round picks.
They just went and drafted JQ.
And now they have Reed. JQ's 6'9". You could play him at power forward.
That's what
So
I
he
was
is
saying.
6'9", and you can play him at power forward. So
You can. We were just talking about
With Wimby.
they're not the same. Not the same. Yeah. Okay. So,
Yeah.
but really, yeah, he's playing the 4, but he's stuck in the paint. So
Yeah.
like Wimby's actually your 4, and JQ
Yeah.
would be the 5.
it just gives you the opposite of what Wimby's.
But I
gonna
mean,
do.
to be fair, they have Bismack Biombo,
He's headed to the Spurs. Okay, I see now.
right? And then Spurs had Bit. Is that how you say his name?
Biombo, yeah,
Bismack
Bismack.
Biyombo?
Yeah, Bismack Biombo. They had Olenek and their other center who got minutes from Wimby, but got absolutely exposed. The white dude. I'm blanking on his name right now. But that was your centers behind Wimby. So if they did have a position of need, it was some depth at that 5 spot.
And especially with OKC getting Mara, you needed something like that. It's a knee-jerk straight after that too. It makes sense.
Yeah, and Bismack and Olenek can just pick up their stuff and leave at this point. Like, sorry guys, there's no room for you.
I don't think Olenek played much at all in the finals.
I'm surprised he's even still in the league.
Same. And Biombo's already there as well in age. What's Boston doing here?
I have no idea.
I had Okori going to him, but Okori's long gone at this point. So,
would Pete make sense here with the Jaylen Brown saga, or do you think they would go like Isaiah Evans?
Don't they need a big? I feel like I heard somebody say they needed a big at one point.
Yeah, they need a 5. Visar would be a good pick.
Visar's their pick.
Yeah.
Okay. I was thinking backcourt, but
I think it depends if you're trying to move Jaylen Brown. But at this point in the draft, there's no Jaylen Brown replacement here.
Correct. Who's the backcourt?
No, I agree with that 100%. There is no replacement for him, and I think they screwed the pooch pretty royally with the way everything got handled. I just don't know how you repair that relationship with Jaylen Brown.
They tried to trade him like 5 times.
Yeah, I think a trade is inevitable at this point. I mean, it might stroke your ego a touch to know that you were being offered for a 2-time MVP, 10-time All-Star, but I think at some point you get just over the whole, well, are you trading me or not thing.
Yeah.
So I think that'll be our next big trade package will involve Jaylen Brown.
Yeah. But he wants his own team too, so let him go have that. Send him to Memphis. Get Ja.
I think you're gonna see Visar or Sinak here.
Yeah, I would agree. One of those
Visar would be better. Visar for the Celtics would be better. But they already have Amari Williams, so they got the big for the future, obviously.
Exactly right.
Maybe Jokic.
I don't know. They're zoned in on Sinak or not.
Yeah,
Sinak right now.
And I like Sinak. I thought he was a force.
And coming from Houston,
Shoot, man, yeah,
huge, yeah.
Yeah.
My buddy who's a Celtics fan though, he always tells me Amari Williams, he thinks Jason Tatum's going to make Amari Williams a lot of money in his career. And we'll see.
There it is.
Sinak. That's a solid pick. If I was them, I would have rather have Visar probably, but I don't think you could go wrong with Sinak either.
Yeah.
We had 2 options, and it was just get one of the 2, and nobody's going to hate you for it.
Yeah.
I mean, those 6'11", it's like they're big guys. They'll be fine.
Oh, yeah. And just the coaching that he got at Houston, his work ethic, I think it's a good fit.
Yeah.
Do you think Isaiah Evans could possibly fall into the Grizzlies' lap in the second round?
Yeah. Where are they at the second round?
It's a good question. I was just connecting the dots here.
Oh, you mean Boozer and Evans.
Yeah, they pick second pick in the second round.
Very possible. And you would assume they'd be going for a guard at that pick
I
as
would-
well, since they've got
yeah.
two forwards.
Yeah, I would think.
Hey,
so.
what does he's obviously he's not the same player athletically at all or offensively, but you just trade away Julius Randle in Minnesota. I've been saying Koa Pete is a second round pick, but who do they have in that 4 spot in Minnesota right now?
Nas Reed,
Yeah,
good. He's good.
I like Nas.
Yeah, he can shoot the piss out of the
He
ball.
can shoot.
Nas
He
Reed,
can.
and Rudy Gobert, but Koa wouldn't be bad. Also, Visar wouldn't be a bad pick for them either.
Both could be developed. I mean, I think Pete would be a little bit better personally. Just you could let him develop a little bit behind Nas and kind of come into his own.
Yeah. The Timberwolves got to start making good moves, though, or Anthony Edwards is going to demand a trade at some point because he's not going to keep putting up with this stuff. You traded
Yeah.
Cat obviously for Randall. Randall only lasted 2 years there.
Oh wait, this pick's going to. Was this part of the trade last night?
Yes. Yeah,
So
this
this
is
is
Brooklyn.
Okay, so this is Brooklyn's pick.
Oh Lord.
So it most certainly isn't Koa Pete.
Ooh.
Brooklyn
Dig
needs
a little bit deeper into my repertoire.
yeah.
so Brooklyn already has Michael.
I got him taking a
They lost
front
Nick.
court player.
They lost Nick Claxton, didn't they?
Yeah,
He was in the deal. They need a 5.
you got to take
Yeah.
place by him.
Yeah, I got him definitely taking a front court player.
I thought this was a possible spot for Reed to land, but obviously he's gone. So if they start being there, I think it's the pick. Also, I will say Baba Miller here wouldn't be the worst pick ever. Just going to
He's
throw
a
that one
4,
out there.
right?
He's a 4, yeah. But he's not Julius Randle, but he does have a little bit of ability to stretch the floor a little bit. So if you're looking for that, I don't know.
Well, in the Nets, they can kind of do. I mean, they still got MPJ. They got Randall. I mean, they could use another guy like that. You can never have enough of too many of the athletic guys.
I thought they traded away Randall. That's why I said that. I'm an idiot. That's what this comes down to. Disregard.
Oh, you thought Brooklyn traded him?
Yeah.
Or
For a
something.
second, I read it wrong, and I was like, oh, Brooklyn needs somebody. Never mind.
Yeah. Honestly, for Brooklyn, I wouldn't mind the Isaiah Evans pick or Malik Thomas.
I mean, I could see him taking a guard.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly.
For Dimon from last year. Trying to think they got some other international guards that they're not respected yet because they won 5 games last year. So, but I think if you're Brooklyn, you just need to go get whoever you think is the best available player for the future. Go take a flyer on somebody.
I like Malik Thomas here.
I would like that too. Him or I would rather have Malik Thomas than Isaiah Evans personally.
I don't necessarily disagree with that.
Yeah. Malik Thomas got more shit to his game.
No, I don't disagree.
I think it should be Isaiah Evans, Visar, Malik Thomas. One of those 3. If not, I don't know what they're doing.
You think Joshua Jefferson would entertain them in any way, shape, or form?
I mean,
And I'm not suggesting that's who they should take. I'm throwing it out there because we really haven't talked about
maybe.
him much. I don't know. He's a little bit of a wild card because of the injury. But he was supposed to be first round talent before he got hurt.
They pick again at 33. Could they try to wait for him at 33?
Good. Very well could. Because he should be there, right, in the second round.
Sacramento at 34.
Nobody should take him at this point.
Yeah, or Sacramento at 34. Like, that would be a great fit for him, too.
Yep.
Him and Sabonis. A-Cuff.
Had Minnesota held the pick, probably would have been a good fit there.
Yeah.
Could play 3 or possibly 4.
Yeah. And not have to be like anything special either, because they already got talent.
Yeah, absolutely. I read something today too that it didn't come right out and say it, but it sort of suggested and implied that Anthony Edwards was kind of the guy that got the trade to happen.
Oh.
Yeah, to move Randall. So I don't know if they didn't jive or if Randall plays a lot of ISO and that kind of took away from,
he does.
Ant-Man's food bowl.
He gets ton of that high
hammer. Crystal ball, dude. Joshua Jefferson.
Wow.
They must have not thought he was going to fall in the second round.
Take the injury out of it. He should have been drafted in the first round. So that's why I kind of threw him out there.
Well, it was an ankle, right? That took him out?
Oh,
yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, I mean, it
wasn't like he tore an ACL or Achilles or anything like that. It was just – and he was borderline to play. He was questionable going into the Tennessee game and just couldn't go.
Did he was he able to do any combine stuff or still limited because of the ankle?
I believe he participated in at least some of the like pro day type stuff. He'll be good in the NBA, I think.
Yeah.
I was really upset I didn't get to see him in Chicago.
I'm not.
Hammer, you all wouldn't have been playing Michigan had he played.
That's what I say. I'm not upset about it. Yeah, we may be having a completely different conversation about Milan signing with Kentucky had Jefferson played.
Haters.
I'm just saying, dude.
No, you have a valid point.
Yeah, because we wouldn't have been able to focus. We couldn't have strictly put our best defender on the lawn that entire game if Jefferson's on the floor.
And you wouldn't have been able to just chase him around face guarding.
No, absolutely not.
You could do that game. You could do that game.
And he's the kind of player too that he, with the right whistle on the floor, he could have got our bigs in serious foul trouble early.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I'm thinking 3 minutes between picks for these guys. It's too much.
Considering we started this at 8 and we're on pick 29, it's ridiculous. Yeah.
I think it's 5. Tomorrow
it's 5 minutes?
2. I think tomorrow it's like 2 minutes.
It should be 2. There's no reason we should be dragging this out. It's for
absolutely not. This is dragged out way too much as it is.
It's for TV.
Yeah, it 100% is for TV.
Exactly. They used to have this done by 11 in 2 rounds, and now we're sitting here at 1 round and it's 11:20.
Yeah.
What is
Eastern time, Hunter?
Yeah.
You are Eastern time?
Am I the only one on Eastern time? My bad.
Right now, yeah.
At the moment. Rando's gonna
I'll be there next week.
Rando's gonna join the
I'll be there next week too, because I got to go back to Lexington next week for all of next week.
Nice.
You got summer school or what?
I do, but I got to go back and get some stuff before my trip in a couple weeks. So just, I don't know, hang out for a little bit.
What does Malik play mostly? The 2?
2.
Yeah.
2.
So Cleveland's got James Harden, Donovan Mitchell, obviously, and then after that, it's
Max Strus,
Dennis
Evan
Schroeder,
Mobley,
Sam
and-
Merrill, who is a sniper from 3, but
Yeah.
I
don't even know what
their
Cleveland-
backcourt.
I don't know what Cleveland drafts that they're going to be better. They just trade James Harden. They probably be better.
I still think they should work up a package and trade one of their bigs.
Mm-hmm.
And by one of their bigs, I mean Mobley.
Because they got Evan Mobley and Jared Allen, right?
Yeah. Because it would make a world of sense for them to draft Vassar here.
Mm.
And then trade Mobley.
Yep. That's what I mean, honest to goodness.
Or keep them for a year, keep that squad together for a year, and then trade in the future, potentially, depending on how Vassar actually is.
Yeah.
Because Cleveland's right there.
Yeah. They're so close.
Well,
That should-
in good news, sorry to interrupt, not good news. Cleveland has traded back to 34. Sacramento is picking at 29.
Ooh.
Shams thinks they're taking Alex Karaman.
So they moved back to
serious?
take care.
No, thinks that Sacramento is about to take Karaman.
That's even
So they
worse.
moved- So Sacramento moved up.
To take Karaman.
That's good Lord.
29?
There's no way, dude.
Thomas. You could have the A-Cuff Malik Thomas backcourt.
I mean, look at some of these names that are going to fall. Did
It's
anybody really think
crazy.
what?
Well, who was talking about this? So they heard Sabonis potentially getting traded.
That was me. That they were shopping, and somebody was inquiring.
Why
I
would
was
they?
trying to find it, and I got rabbit trailed off to something else that didn't make sense. But I heard through a Vegas source that Sabonis could be in play, even in this draft. Could possibly
It's
be in play.
Sabonis, Raydowd, however you say his name, and who else do they have?
Malik Monk?
No. I'm just saying at that center spot or
Oh.
their front court. Sabonis and Raynard, however you say his name.
Oh, they got
I don't know.
DeRozan. I mean, he kind of plays the 4.
Yeah.
I guess they wouldn't take Malik Thomas because they still have Zach LaVine.
Precious Achua, whatever you said.
Oh, yeah. Achua.
Achua. I thought that's what it was, but Jesus.
I mean, you talk about winners. Alex Caravan, like UConn guy.
He's a winner. I mean, he's a sniper and
He
he's
is
a
a
winner.
winner.
Yeah.
He can stretch the floor. There it is, Alex Caravan to the Kings. I
That's
just
crazy, though.
I don't
In no
think they moved up to make that pick.
That's
They
my
moved up 5 spots.
realm did I have this happening.
I don't hate the fit, but I just don't see why you move up to get him.
100%.
Is there somebody that was going to take him? I mean, was Dusty May looking at him at 30 or something? I don't know. It just doesn't make sense.
No, I don't know why you give up capital to move up to take.
So here we go. Dusty May's second first-round pick as head coach. While we're waiting on this, is there any truth to the X rumors going around that he dipped because there's some shady portal stuff going on, that he might be the next Harbaugh, where he just left because you don't think there's any truth to it?
I haven't seen anything to verify that, but I've seen a lot of it.
It's
I've
out
seen
there.
a lot
It's
of
out there.
spreading things. I don't think there's any truth to it. Everybody's tampering. Every agent is calling every program. If you don't think that Kentucky hasn't checked in and Tennessee hasn't checked in on every single Michigan player right now, you're like it's happening.
Oh,
It's,
sure.
For sure.
There's tampering everywhere. I don't think Michigan's doing anything under like crazy under.
The only thing
Yeah.
when I saw that, the first thing I thought about was I guess if you want to give money, you can give money. It was an unprecedented deal for Yaxel to receive cash before going to the draft, essentially like guaranteed money. Just hey dog, here's some money. If you go to the league, great. If you don't, you're coming to Michigan, right? That seemed weird. But I guess again, if a donor's willing to give $1 million allegedly to a dude to be like, hey man, it would be great for you to come to Michigan, but if you don't, enjoy the league. It's like it seemed weird, but when that popped up, it's like man, but it is easy to pick on Michigan right now, right?
Yeah.
Throw more Harbaugh. It's very easy to be like on.
Exactly. And if it's going to happen anywhere, I wouldn't be shocked. But Dusty May, I would be shocked if it's happening to Dusty May.
And I guess their history makes it believable, right? It's why me and him were like, maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe.
You have to at least consider it to be credible, right? Because of
You got to at least look into
the
it.
program, not necessarily the coach, but the program.
Yeah.
And going back to the tampering, like, how do you think all these kids that enter the portal enter with a do not contact tag? Like, how in the hell are you going to get signed with a team if you're not allowing contact? So that deal's already done. It's already in place. It's already happened. So, yeah,
Xavier
everybody
signed
does it.
Mike Nuoko on day one of the transfer portal, and there was no way he had been legally contacted. Legally, the agents are allowed to talk. That's what it comes down to.
Yeah.
Koa Pete to the Mavs. He made it into the first round.
Wow.
I don't get that.
I don't either.
I would have taken like a Malik Thomas or Isaiah Evans there.
I would have taken Malik Thomas.
You know,
I mean, you've got Kyrie. Who's there too?
Clay.
Oh,
Wow.
Yeah.
so Kyrie.
like,
Malik Thomas would have been perfect right there.
Yeah.
Wow.
yeah, give me another playmaker next to Kyrie, and I guess they hope Koa can play alongside Cooper Flagg.
Yeah. I mean, or even Vassar there would have made more sense.
Yeah.
Wow.
I don't know. Two questionable picks, I will say, by first time NBA head coach
Yeah, that
Dusty May.
I mean,
Two
Maybe.
fours, too. He took 2 4s.
Yeah, he'll play Morez at the 5.
Yeah. But
And Koa's only 6'7", so I mean, he could back up Coop at the 3.
Is he good enough ball handler and shooter to be a 3 though?
He's got a lot of development left in him. He can shoot. He just needs to develop with the ball.
Hunter, you were talking about Baba, I think, as maybe that was Hammer.
That's Hunter's boy.
Yeah.
Not my boy, just local ties. You know,
Yeah.
he-
I didn't mean it like you're like a massive fan necessarily, but yeah, you've been on him.
I think he's got a lot of upside. He's got the Cincinnati program pretty excited. He'll go tomorrow somewhere, and it'll be good. But he could fit in, I think, just similar to what Kope's going to run, kind of fit-wise. Or not Pete, Jefferson, sorry.
Yeah.
Jefferson, yeah.
Yeah, sorry.
well, Isaiah Evans did not go in the first round, so Kentucky keeps the 1 spot advantage in most first round draft picks in
There
the
you
NBA.
go.
We kept the record tonight, Rando.
Hey, listen, and Mark Pope got the same amount of first round draft picks as Jonathan Calipari.
And John Shire.
Shire.
Pope producing NBA players.
He's out here. He just league ready. Mark Pope.
Actually, yeah. On that note, it's been fun. I'm ready to watch that narrative take off the rest of this summer, so that's gonna be fun to watch. And I will talk to you guys later.
Thanks
See you,
for joining,
Hunter.
Hunter.
I appreciate it.
Appreciate
I'm gonna jump off myself here in a minute, but Hammer, Drew, thanks for putting this together, man. It was fun. I'm glad I got to jump on for the second half. Y'all held it down for the lottery side of it. But I think we're surprised with Dallas and what they did. We'll see if it works out.
Mhm.
I imagine this was Dusty May's plan. He had to have pitched this to them before getting hired, right? So he sold somebody on it, whether even though it's not us. Hammer, who won this thing in the first round? You think?
Oklahoma City, without question.
I agree.
Memphis gets an honorable mention because they're out there collecting draft picks like infinity stones. But with one pick, Oklahoma City absolutely put themselves back into, I feel like, the driver's seat in the West.
Drew, what do you think?
Yeah, I'm going to go with Oklahoma City too. I truly think if they could have picked one person in this draft to help them out, short term and long term, Ade Mara was that pick and they got it. But also, I think a couple other teams. I think Milwaukee, they lost a lot in the last 24 hours, but I think they've done a really good job. I think they got a ton in that trade. Tyler Hero, Kala Ware, Jaime Jaquez, Kasparis Yakachonis, 2 draft picks. I think they drafted extremely well tonight. Braden Burries, Nate Ament. I think
fantastic combination of draft picks right there. And that's not Homer. I'm a big Burries fan.
Not just for short term, also long term. Both of those guys can project to be really good pros. I think they got a little squad, and we'll see if they're done yet. Obviously free agency still coming, second round still coming tomorrow night. But I think as well, the teams that picked in the top 4, Washington, Utah, Memphis, Chicago, I think they all 4, it was chalky. It was what everybody thought was going to happen with the draft, but I think they all got better tonight, which is unique in a draft because usually there's some busts. I don't see any 4 of those guys being bust. I think at the worst, they're all just like really good role players because they're all unique. They're all, ultra talented, ultra versatile. I think a lot of teams got better tonight, really. A team doesn't really stand out as far as like what in the world was that? Maybe the Knicks. And part of that is because we have no idea who the hell they drafted. Well, that's a little, that's a little like worrisome, but maybe that kid turns out to be great. I mean, regardless, they just won the first championship in 30-something years, so who cares? Yeah, I think Oklahoma City did a great job. And to me, I think second is Milwaukee, not just for tonight, but I think the last 24 hours. You lose Giannis, you feel gutted, but if you're a Bucks fan, if you're in the organization, how do you not sit here right now and say like, okay, we lost our guy, we lost our superstar, we had to trade him, but I don't think Milwaukee's going to go down this treacherous rebuild like we've seen from Sacramento the last few years, like we've seen from Utah. Like we're potentially going to see in Memphis, like we've seen in Washington. I think Milwaukee's in a pretty good spot. So credit to them for losing their superstar, but still kind of, staying at a decent level in the NBA, and maybe they even get better.
Yeah, I think I'll go. I think Brooklyn, they did very well. Mikal Brown, Joshua Jefferson was a big name, early first rounder. Maybe the injury, ankle pulled him back, but the best player on a great Iowa State team last year. And I'll put the Spurs next, where if JQ and Reed are a thing and they bolster that center spot and they can let Wemby kind of be more free range, and you can't just let somebody, the 5 or a cat bully him. He has to focus on somebody else. I think that's big too. So I 100% agree. I think OKC, great. They're easy first. If I have to go, a close second for me, it would be Brooklyn and the Spurs.
Yeah, I agree.
The Thunder had one job in this draft, and that was to get somebody that would help them beat the Spurs. They accomplished that.
And they didn't have to work for it. It fell to them.
They fell right to it. I'm still sitting here shocked that the other 11 teams in front of them let that happen. How do you let the defending champ with 2 lottery picks take exactly who they need?
And
it's insane.
The whole league knows who Sam Presti is. Like, he is the best general manager in the league right now.
Yeah,
he's bad.
I get that, but he didn't do shit to get this pick.
That's what I'm saying. But they didn't make it hard for him. They just here's the end of the test, dude. Here you go. We're just gonna make your life easy. For
like
you.
Howie Roseman in the NFL. Like, the guy just doesn't miss, and it's crazy. But I think that automatically elevates OKC back to the top.
Another
it's a 2-headed race right now.
Yeah,
I was gonna say another sleeper for me though is Charlotte. I mean, they're a team that they lost in the play-in last year. They're not great, but they're not bad. But they get a really good player. I think a good fit for them. And Heinz Steinbach led the NCAA in rebounding last year. They struggled a lot in the front court. You know, they're really thin in the front court, like Kalkbrenner, Grant Williams. Some of those guys, but they get Steinbach, who's going to help them a ton. And then they get one of the most explosive guards in the draft in Christian Anderson. So I think the Hornets got a lot better tonight too.
Yeah, man. Hey, I'm going to let you guys carry this thing home. I appreciate you letting me jump on. I'm sitting around a bunch of boxes right now. They're going to come pack them up. And I am a very few short days away from putting my tail on the road for 7 straight days and driving across country. So, we're close to getting this thing back on like regular East Coast where the fan base is time and not, going live at 10 o'clock at night and hope people stay up till 1 o'clock in the morning with us. But I appreciate y'all. Have a good rest of the show. I'll catch y'all next week.
Sounds good.
Appreciate it, Rando. Thanks for stopping by.
Yeah,
Let's say Trav.
I'll see you.
Peace. And I think Atlanta did pretty well too for a team that's made as much noise as they did down the stretch and looked, really good at times with a good core. To go out and add depth on both ends of the floor was I thought that was really good. I think they and Indiana, I think, are going to be 2 teams that are going to give the heavies in the East some fits.
Yeah. Zuki and can't think of his name. Oh, Kingston Fleming. Like, those are 2 great pickups. They fit right into what Atlanta is. They're a long, versatile, athletic team. I think Atlanta. I mean, we've been saying it. Atlanta's not too far away. Jalen Johnson's a stud. They got some other really good pieces. So I keep saying it. The East is starting to make some noise. I mean, they're definitely not the West. The West has more money in the NBA. All those things. But the East has always been top heavy. There's been 1, 2, maybe 3 teams in the Eastern Conference that really can compete. Now you look at it next year, going into the year, there's maybe, depending on the offseason, there's maybe 6, 7 teams. Indiana, New York, Atlanta. We'll see what Miami does, Detroit, potentially Orlando. There's a good mix of teams in the Eastern Conference that could legitimately compete. And it's not like the Knicks. I know they just won the championship, but it wasn't like the Knicks are not in the spot of like the Thunder where they're just set up for like 5 to 10 years and they're just loaded.
Right.
And, I know Brunson's great, but, it's not like Shea winning back-to-back MVPs, those things. The Knicks are very beatable if you put together a good roster. Now, they had a good playoff run, but, they're going to lose some pieces too. Mitchell Robinson was a huge key for them. And, we'll see some other things, moves that they have to make. But the Eastern Conference, I think, they're improving as well. So, which is good to see.
Yeah, 100%. And when you think about it too, because we talked about it on some other shows, I mean, the Knicks did things that we haven't seen done, right?
Yep.
It took a historic run of playoff success for them to win all those games in very close fashion, except I think game 2 was 10 points. Otherwise, both of these teams could have went either way. So I don't see them just clear cut. In fact, prior to this, what potentially could be a Jaylen Brown debacle, I thought the Celtics had a better roster and a better chance of winning and should be favored ahead of the Knicks anyway.
Yeah.
And there's so many teams in the East that are just that, like, they're that one player away or one whatever, one roster move. So yeah, I think the East is still wide open, and I think there are some middle of the pack teams from last year that are going to be contenders coming up this season. And yeah, we still got to see what the Heat are going to do. They got a lot of work to do. The Jaylen Brown thing could be a conference shaking trade if he stays in the East. And with some of these, we had Halliburton injured coming back, and they were that close to winning it, a year before. So, yeah, the East is going to be a lot of fun.
And, we were talking about it live time, but LeBaron Philon falling all the way to 22 to Philly just to add guard depth, taking the best available prospect, like that makes Philly better. And also an underrated one that I think, and at the time I didn't really like it, but I think we'll see. It's one that I think if you're talking rookie storylines, it's one that I'm going to monitor a good amount is Allen Graves in Toronto. Because Toronto has talent. I mean, they have plenty of talent.
They were giving people fits all season.
Yeah. And they're they're athletic. If Allen Graves is a hit, Toronto can be right there.
Yeah, for sure. And, we still got another round of players to go. And, we talked about it earlier, and there's a pretty good, it's top heavy, because I think as you get, the deeper you go, the more developmental and depth players you're adding. But that purse, I don't know, maybe up to 5-7 picks, could be impact players for teams. So it's going to be interesting and going to be fun. So, but Drew, man, this was fantastic. I love doing this, and I'm glad we were able to pull this off. And, hey, we went 8 for 8 to start. So,
yeah, we did.
Pretty successful overall.
And Dusty May through that. I was going to say, unfortunately, Dusty May and Merez Johnson had to shake that all up.
Yeah. He's off my Christmas card list. So,
but yeah, it was a lot of fun. Long stream, but it was well worth it. Great draft tonight. Talking trades, all kinds of stuff. It was a lot of fun.
Absolutely. So appreciate you. Just, everything you bring, but, especially we get into hoops. I know that's your jam, and you do an awesome job with your analysis and your knowledge. So it's a pleasure to share the screen with you, my friend.
Thank you. Hey, it's a pleasure to share with you. I think we're both pretty well versatile guys when it comes to sports, but
I just make shit up.
Well, that's fine too. If nobody fact checks, then you're right. So
yeah, I just read numbers and just spit stuff out. So, and of course, he already left us, but shout out Hunter for hanging in there late. I know it's late for him, but also, I mean, anybody that follows Hunter knows he does an amazing job with everything that he does, especially with college basketball. And it's always a pleasure to have him on too. So,
and T,
thanks everybody
tonight.
What's that?
I said, and T, hopefully, he's only on for 5-10 minutes, but hopefully he got buckets tonight.
That's right. And he set the tone for us. So shout out T for launching that eight straight winners. So, but thanks everyone that watched and hung in there with us live. If you go back and catch it on the replay, thank you so much. Subscribe to the channel, follow everybody. I think by now you probably do. If not, you can find me, you can find Drew, you can find Rando, T, Hunter. We're all out there. Give us a follow, and subscribe to the channel. And we'll have to do this again sometime.
Mm-hmm.
But until then, go Vols.
Go Cats.
On a whole nother level. Let's get it. Run it up. Check the scope. Money money more. Yeah. Main crew say they with it. Kicking down the door. Run it up. Check the scope. Money talk. Money more. What? Main crew say they with it. Kicking down the door. Let's go. And it's the whole lane when I'm driving the machines.